This just in from Dublin in Ireland from Pat. Sitting on a plane waiting for a security alert to be cleared. Have a great show. I wish I was there. It's the Home and Garden Show without Pat Sullivan. He's on vacation this week, but in studio with me, in taking his place, is Jack Phipps. Got the lovely Terry Lynn Stacy and, of course, Allison Lemons. We're all here together again, kids. How about this?
Oh, boy.
Great.
Great.
Sorry, we're excited that Terry's mic's working.
That's mostly what I was looking at. I was mostly thinking, is it going to work today? Fingers crossed.
Sometimes
Jack
Terry
has
has
brought
a
us good luck.
very special mic.
Yes.
Yeah, Jack, welcome back, brother.
Thank you, guys. Happy to be here.
We're so glad you're here.
Yeah, you were at a wedding recently, too. Ethan, we're going to talk about Ethan's wedding, but your sister got married, your twin.
She did, and guess who was the officiant?
Who?
You.
I was.
Really?
Really?
That is so cool.
I was. It was very fun.
Did you say dearly beloved?
No, so I wrote it. Ryan is my new brother-in-law,
Yeah.
and his sister and I officiated together. We wrote it all by ourselves. It was a little unique, but it was fun.
Jack, that's really cool.
Yeah.
That's
Did it
really,
make you
really
nervous?
Cool. And we are brought to you by the Michaelis Corporation. Yeah, it makes you nervous when you're up there.
Oh, yeah.
Water storms, fire, and wet basements, life happens. Michaelis happens to help you through it. We'll be talking to Zach Terry a little bit later, but if you need him, it's 844-FIX-INDY. All right.
Denny, have you ever officiated a wedding?
Yes.
I was going to say, I feel like
seems
Denny
like
would.
something
He's
right
done
up your alley.
funerals, weddings.
I've never done a
He's for
baptism.
hire.
I've done everything
He
else,
waved the
but
flag
I
at the
haven't.
500.
So here's the one time I married two kids on the beach in Captiva Island. And they didn't want me to.
Wow.
They said, Uncle Denny, don't dress up. So I didn't dress up. But the sand fleas ate me up. I had sand flea bites from my crotch to my toenails. And I
hope that was your opening line.
No, I didn't say that to. I didn't say anything to the kids when they were getting married. But it was sort of a cool wedding.
I've heard beach weddings are fun in theory, and very rarely do they pan out.
Exactly.
Oh, but
Exactly how
the
you'd
pictures
like,
are
yeah.
spectacular.
I had one couple, a friend, they just eloped. They did on a beach, and all of their wedding pictures. Luckily, the photographer could take some magic and take this all out. But in the background, there was a family in bathing suits, and they were taking pictures of them getting married. I think they were tourists. Or
Well,
something.
the biggest thing is
So
sometimes
great.
in some states, in order for the marriage to be official, you have to be registered. Well, I'm not registered in Florida, and so I said, Rachel, I'm not registered. Oh, Uncle Dan, we already got married in the courthouse. So
Yeah, perfect.
it didn't matter. So at that point, are you registered, Jack? Are you
I am in the state of Vermont.
in the state of Vermont? Wow.
So
So if you have any friends in the Vermont area looking for
This
beautiful
an
area.
officiate,
really is.
I am available after October.
All right, so I promise a little bit of a quick apology. Last week, our computers went down, and you heard live radio behind the scenes for the whole first hour. And I went, and I remember I grew up as a plumber's kid, and I went back wondering who I was cussing at in that first hour. So if anybody heard some salty plumbing language in that first hour, my sincerest apologies. I know better, but I didn't know the mics were hot. And I'd like to thank Gavin for putting up with it. He finally got the train on the tracks. All right, Mr. Ethan Patterson, we need a full report. How'd the wedding go, sir, from your perspective?
She said yes.
Yeah.
it was a beautiful,
No, it was-
beautiful wedding.
Yeah, it was really cool. We hit everything without missing anything, and we didn't do anything too much, and it all worked out really well. So.
And the train, listen, okay, so there's a train that goes by this beautiful property called the Kennedy Estate in Liston, Indiana, which is, I had not been there, had not known about it. And as we were getting ready, everybody's in our seats and getting close to time for you to say your vows. Here comes a train, but it's a short train, but it's kind of cool. It comes through. And then the wedding happens, and you think, "Oh my gosh, will the train come again?" And about 5 minutes after they were done, the train came. Here came the train again.
Did you have that timed out?
Yeah.
Yeah, I talked to a guy. No, I
talked-
didn't.
No. It was just lucky.
Your grandpa was an old railroader.
Yeah, he probably had some pull. He did it for a long time.
I think that's cool.
Yeah, it was. We were right before we were about to come out for the ceremony. A train was going by, and she was like, "Wait!" nobody's moving until this train goes by. And so
I have never seen
That's
you
a
so
professional
nervous.
right
You were
there.
like a professional racehorse in the gates, ready to go.
Yeah.
There's got to be a hole where your 2 feet were prancing back and forth.
yeah, I was doing, you guys couldn't see me while I was in the barn, but I was actually doing jumping jacks for about 10 minutes before the
I
wedding.
actually very much believe you.
Yeah.
And I had this, you have the boutonniere on your coat.
You broke it.
He broke
And
it.
it just kept going down farther. And finally, my best man was like, you have to stop jumping up and down or you're not going to have a flower by the time the wedding comes.
It was completely limped over after the wedding.
It was very sad.
Broken,
that was my
limp.
third flower, too.
Was it your
Yeah.
third one?
I think that's good luck. That's what I read once.
It
so.
was fun to meet your family. I loved your grandpa. He and I could have gone to school together, but he was in that seersucker blue coat. Grandpa Doug, and
He's a
your
bad
grandma.
man.
He's a bad man.
That's a bad man, Mama.
He was
That's
pretty straightforward with us. I loved your Aunt Sarah and your Mama Jess. I know I didn't meet your daddy. Did you, Terry? Did you?
I
meet
didn't.
his dad?
Yes, we did. We did when we were after the wedding was over.
Okay. Yeah. Well, anyway, congratulations, brother.
Thank you.
Now, is she going to be the divine Miss Patterson, or is
She
gonna-
is.
She's going to be
Heather
Patterson?
Patterson.
I don't
She
know.
looks stunning. I
Yeah,
mean,
she did.
really
She really
breathtaking.
did.
It was just such a beautiful venue and a beautiful spot. And it was a beautiful wedding, and seemed to just run everything perfect.
I saw a few pictures. It looked like a nice day,
Yeah.
too.
It was. The
perfect
weather
day.
was killer.
The trees in this beautiful place. I was asking Denny every tree I saw because
They were
you
so
can tell this
big.
property was really. I mean, these trees were hundreds of years old.
That chinkapin oak that
Oh,
was
my
right
gosh.
behind us on the left, that I've never seen a chinkapin oak that big.
They were gorgeous.
It was huge.
And I have something I want you to see that's growing on my tree, one of our trees at home, and see and tell me what this is.
What a
when the
tease. I
time
can't
comes.
wait.
That's good.
I think it's the coolest thing, but it's probably killing it.
Hey, I want you to apologize to your sister-in-law for me. I was so anxious to meet Heather's sister, and I thought she was the redhead.
There's Denny.
She wasn't the redhead. And then I called her. I said, "Are you Allison's sister?"
yeah.
And she goes, "You mean Heather?" Yeah. I said, "I'm sorry. Yeah. I could. But anyway, she's so tall. Her sister is so tall.
Yeah, I'm not very tall, so let's not talk about it too
Let's
much.
not talk about it. All right. So if you have some phone calls you
boy.
want some answers to, Jack works
Sorry.
at Allisonville Home and Garden by
No
Sullivan.
heels.
And he is our replacement for Pat. Of course, you can't replace Pat, but I think you got as great as knowledge as Pat does. So I think they're
Well, thank you,
comfortable with
Denny.
Yeah. You're the real deal. And in the weeds, where I want you to be thinking about this. You get to choose this week for in the weeds, okay? Squirrels or Robert Redford.
Oh wow!
Yeah.
Choices you give us. It's
I know.
Just, you never know.
I know
And
which
then
way I'm
Brian
leaning.
Wilkes is going to join us. I put the weather forecast from both NOAA, the National Oceanic, and the Farmer's Almanac. And I thought, well, what the hell? We know Brian Wilkes. We'll get Wilkes in here too, so we'll get to choose which weather forecast we want for winter. Look, here's a glimpse.
Perfect.
Yeah.
It looks ugly for winter. I'm telling you.
What?
We'll see. Yeah, it looks weird. And then Allison, tell us about your tomato tasting stuff.
Oh yeah, so every year we try to do a tomato taste test to just see the different kinds of varieties of tomatoes. And I have a hookup, let's just say, down in southern
connect.
Indiana, and she is amazing. She grows dozens of different varieties. But this year, like everyone, the tomatoes took a month or two longer. So we just now got some tomatoes.
Okay.
And even she only had a couple to give me, but we're going to taste them and we're going to talk to her and how the growing season went. And
that'd be
and then
fun.
hopefully she can comfort us all knowing
Now,
that we don't
she-
suck.
Is
Yum.
she,
Because
is she Nashville or Bedford?
Bedford.
Bedford. All right. Okay, and Craft Corner, I'm assuming we were going to have.
Yep.
Craft Corner, there it is. Everything right in front of you here for the Home and Garden Show. Again, it's Allison Lemons, Terry Stacy, Jack Phipps, the new groom.
Mr. Ethan Patterson.
I'm Denny Smith. We're thinking about Pat. By the way, he's not through that security clearance. They just parked the plane on the tarmac. They evacuated the whole area. I don't know. He might be on that plane for a while, but at least it's got a bathroom. It's the
Okay.
it's the Home
We're
and Garden
thinking of
Show.
you.
Good.
Brought to you by the Michaelis Corporation, right here on 93 WIBC. Is this Taj Mahal or Keb Mo? Who is this?
Shabuzi.
Find a piece called Taj Mahal with Keb Mo on the banjo. You'll love that one. It's a Home and Garden Show brought to you by the Michaelis Corporation. Water storms, fire, and wet basements. Life happens. Michaelis happens to help
Oh,
you through it.
come on.
Ethan
even looked over to make eye contact with you.
Back
he was
to-
so
back to the top.
excited
Well, realize
to be
I'm-
back in studio with us and do his spot.
I'm
and he
playing the
just blew
part of
past
Just
Pat
do it
Sullivan.
again.
Okay, here we go. Brought to you by the Michaelis Corporation. Water, storms, fire, and wet basement.
Life happens. Michaelis happens to help you through it.
We'll work on it.
We
Little
got
better.
we
That
got to work
was
on our
good, though.
cadence
Yeah.
there, and I'll get there. I'll get there, Denny. Give me a little bit. all
I
right?
appreciate your sympathies, though. Jack Phipps is in with us, Terry Stacy, Allison Lemons, and it is good to have Ethan back in. Ethan, as much as you screw stuff up, it's really nice to have you back screwing it up. So we know you're screwing
Wow.
up.
I will say, too, we've been on the road so much
my
recently. We
gosh.
haven't been in, and we're back out next weekend
To
in
the Atlanta
Atlanta.
Festival. Yeah, big things happened in Atlanta after we left, and we didn't get the blame. I was grateful
know.
for that. Hey,
Let's all remember we need to be there an hour early.
Holy cow.
Because they won't let you in.
It's like a close order
parking-wise.
drill.
It is a drill. You got to. We've not starting at 9. You've got to be there at 8, or you can't. There's no way or a place for you to park.
And I will say this ragtag group is not known for being on time.
That's why I said it, because I was a half an hour late and had to be escorted by the Kiwanians last year, and it was embarrassing.
all right.
You looked great, though.
Thank you.
Our phone number is 317-239-9393. We really are going to try to get all of your calls today. Jackson here for the home and garden questions. I've got a little lesson. We're going to play Guess Your Poison, and everybody gets to choose one plumbing thing. And I'm going to tell you the history behind it. I know it's kind of boring, but let's talk to Fulton right now.
Well, then why are you doing it?
I
Because
can't
I
wait.
think it'd
morning,
be interesting
Denny.
to see what you
Good morning,
Hey,
Terry. Good morning, Allison.
Fulton, how are you?
Good morning.
Doing all right. At the Cicero Park this morning, going to get some corn on the cob.
Ooh, that sounds good. Corn on the cob for breakfast. I like it.
Yeah. Yep.
Have
So I
you?
heard you guys are coming to the Atlanta Earth Festival next
That's
week.
right. It used
I'll
to.
be there.
You're going to be there.
Oh, boy.
All
Have to
right.
stop by and say hi.
Yeah.
It was always sort of a hippie fest when I was growing up, and we would go there just to watch the. I'm going to say fruitcakes. I didn't, it was like the Jimmy Buffett fruitcakes. And we're all fruitcakes. Somebody didn't stay in the oven long enough in some of them.
I don't know what you're
I
saying.
thought you were
But
talking
it
about
is-
actual fruitcakes.
You're.
But it really has settled down, and it's really a family affair. It's really pretty nice. Pretty nice.
Fulton, I hear they have really good cinnamon rolls, so we'll have to check those
Oh,
out.
they do, huh? Yeah, we do. We actually do have to go check those cinnamon rolls out.
So much good food.
So,
So
you're eating corn on the cob. Now, are you sort of a dental floss freak where you can't go anywhere without dental floss, and you got to clean the kernels out of your teeth?
Yeah, I've got to clean those teeth out because of those cavities coming in.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
So,
Well, good for you. What's going on for you this week?
Well, I don't have play practice tomorrow, but Thursdays rehearsals. We did the
Oh, the chorus
whatever
line?
it's called. Yes, thank you.
Okay.
So all I did was do. I was waiting till the end of the act, and Don Lockwood splashes me with water, and I get very angry at him. So
Oh, that's funny.
Wow.
Oh, my gosh. That'll be good.
Well, Fulton, good
Yeah,
luck.
yeah.
You have a great week. You keep us posted
I'm
on
going
the
to close
play.
out the JMV takeover tonight.
Perfect.
It's going to be 70s, 80s, and 90s tonight. Listen to the JMV takeover tonight. And if you see John, tell him that I said hi, and he'll come on by. And it's 107.5 The Fan, and Michaelis happens to help you through it.
There we go.
Fulton, hey,
Thank
thanks,
you,
buddy.
Fulton.
You
Good
have
to
a
hear
great
from
week.
you.
How about that? Fulton,
That's
right off
pretty
the
good.
bat. Hey, joining us right now, our number is 239-9393, 317-239-9393. If you've got a question about the home or garden, give us a call. We got the pros in here to help you through that. Joining us right now is Brad. Hey, Brad.
Hi.
Hi.
Yeah, just had a quick question. Appreciate listening to you guys about all of the topics, and wanted to see. We just got some new arborvitaes, and when they put them in, they put some drench in there and different things. But also, I just wanted to see about watering. They said to do like a minute and a half, soak the trunk, and then use the rest of the time once it kind of bubbles up with the water. To do, should that be done once a day, once a week?
So now that we're getting, if we are in those 80-degree days, I would say you want to do it every day. They're heavy drinkers, but they don't want to dry out. So if you can, just go keep an eye on it. That's.
Have I not heard?
I was thinking I went right to Otis on Andy Griffith's show when you said that.
Heavy drinkers.
But once we get back down to those like 70-degree days, I would say you can go to every other day. And if you're ever unsure, there's that moisture meter, that instant read kind of thermometer for soil moisture, and that can kind of take away the guessing game for you.
Okay, thank you.
There you go, Brad. Hey, while we've got you there, Mr. Phibbs, what about planting grass seed? A lot of people have got grass seed in. Is that still watering every day and maybe twice a day now?
As long as we're in those hot days.
Yeah.
But you still do want to reinforce that long, deep soak so that the roots learn to grow down.
Absolutely. That's Jack Phibbs from Allisonville Home and Garden by Sullivan. He's taken the place of, can you really say you're taking the place of Pat Sullivan? Are you a smart aleck?
Can be.
Can be. At weddings?
Yes.
All right. Also, we've got Steve here, 239-9393.
Just hang in there.
Hey,
I know
Steve.
Steve's like, just hold on.
I know. It's my
You'll be all
first
right.
time in the big chair for a long time. Hey, Steve, how are you?
I'm doing well, doing great, Denny. I want to take this opportunity to say that last week during the show, not during this show, but on the Sunday morning show, you said something profound. And I can't say that this week because Pat would never agree that you say anything profound.
Well, thank you.
What was it?
And it was your comment about where you said college is a tool, not a trophy.
That's right.
Oh,
Yeah.
that is
It's
good.
pretty deep.
Expensive
I'd forgotten
tool.
it, but it was good at the time I heard it the
True.
first time. It was good.
Yeah.
And I just wanted to extend congratulations to Ethan. And my first question to Ethan, did you make up an AI song for you and your new wife to dance to at the wedding?
No, I was just hoping that there was songs played at the point I was at. Didn't have enough time. I do apologize about that one.
Well, for your first anniversary, you can make it up for your first anniversary.
Perfect. I'll let her know.
You want to tell Steve? Steve's a friend of the show. You want to tell him what you did for your first dance?
So me and Heather had a plan going into it. Ditched all plans on accident, and I ended up breakdancing at the end of it. So,
Accidental breakdancing.
it happens to us. You know?
Yeah. Well,
The best of us.
But my question is to Jack Phipps about Allisonville. Are you? How goes the construction for Pumpkin Town? Are tickets still available?
Tickets are still available, and I'm sure as they dwindle down, we will add some more time slots as we do. But every tunnel is up. The new vignettes are coming together. The Polar Bear Band has officially arrived.
Oh, great.
So it's going to be a big year for us.
Well, that's great. Certainly looking forward to that. And we kick off with that next Friday.
We do next Friday, and then we have our little friends and family test run the night before. So get all the kinks out.
And for those of you who do not know Steve, Steve's in national security. He's a friend of all of us here. And I always ask him when I say goodbye, Steve, are we safe?
You know, we are safe, Denny. And as I always like to say, if you see something, say something, because that can go a long way to keeping us all safe. Because everybody has a role in this.
Thanks for taking care of us, Steve. Again, thanks for calling in. Okay, buddy?
All right.
239-9393. It is the Home and Garden Show. All right, so you got to get ready for this.
Okay.
We lost Robert Redford at 89. I was surprised how old he was. 89 years old.
Yep.
But he
Still
was
such a handsome man.
stunning.
I mean, he just always, to me, he aged well. I loved Robert Redford. Oh, my gosh. And who didn't love the Robert Redford dessert that was created after him?
Ooh, what was
Wait a minute.
Oh,
Whoa.
it's so
Let's talk
good.
about that right now.
The younger people now call it some sort of like a lasagna, a chocolate dessert lasagna.
Ooh.
But it's in the olden days it was called Robert Redford.
Is it like
it's called
crepes?
it was called better than Robert Redford.
I've never
And
heard
then
that.
Next
time
best
went
thing to
on.
Robert Redford pie.
Yeah, see that's a different that's a thing. That's a
Creamy
pie.
pudding like pie.
It's so good.
Yum.
Anyway, yeah. So God rest his soul.
God rest his soul. Well,
think
when we come
Olive
back
Garden
within
has
the
that.
weeds, you can choose between Robert Redford or squirrels.
I love squirrels so much.
I'm going to go with squirrels.
I'm looking
Just
at
a heads
squirrel
up.
houses to keep them boarded up over the winter.
Oh, you're going to love this. All right, it's the Home and Garden Show. We're brought to you by the Michaelis Corporation. When we come back, we're going to have a little bit of In the Weeds. And I guess we'll have to decide whether it's Robert Redford or squirrels. Well, there's 4 of you here. I guess I'll have to break the vote. You're listening to 93 WIBC. These two guys started singing together when they were in their 60s. Taj Mahal is the lead, and Keb Mo is behind him
It's
with
pretty
the
good,
echoes.
Denny. I
love
like
it.
this.
This is really good.
Yeah, I do
It's
like
really
it.
good. And it reminded me of Ethan's wedding and his affection for his wife. You could really tell you were in love, Ethan. That was really nice to see.
She is pretty cool.
She's pretty cool. All right, ladies and gentlemen of the studio audience here, the question is, squirrels for In the Weeds or Robert Redford? Jack, I'll let you vote first.
Shoot, it was supposed to be In the Weeds. Hold on.
That's all right.
Let's restart real quick. Hold on.
Okay, that's okay.
Give me 1 second.
5,
Okay.
6, 7, 8.
I'm thinking through still.
Yeah, me too. Think about squirrels, how much we love them.
Me too.
And I really am looking at bird or
Or
squirrel
Ladies and
Robert
gentlemen, you should be doing Pat's part, Allison. All right, so it's In the Weeds, a chance for me to show off my nerdism.
Ladies and gentlemen, Denny Smith in the weeds.
Perfect
All right, so
timing.
the vote is, are we going to talk about squirrels or are we going to talk about Robert Redford? Jack, you're the guest in the studio.
I'm going squirrels.
Terry Lynn.
I love squirrels so very much. I want to go with squirrels.
All right.
I guess we're going with squirrels.
Squirrels.
I love them.
Ethan, you better say
Robert
squirrel.
Redford.
Oh, bummer.
Just for you. All right, squirrels it shall be. All right, so
If we don't like it, we're going to switch gears.
you're going to get Robert
Yeah.
Redford later in the show either way.
You guys
All
want
right.
to do like a buzzer system? If we all do 4 buzzers, we got to switch.
The
All
red
right.
X.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
this is a multiple choice, and it's about the crazy squirrels, okay? Which distance can a gray squirrel leap in a single bound? Okay, is it 2 feet, 10 feet, 15 feet, or 20 feet? How far can the gray squirrel do in a single bound? Put that phone down,
It's
Missy.
20 feet.
On the ground, from ground to
From
ground,
ground to ground?
Ground to ground.
Oh.
10 feet.
Oh. Yeah, ground to ground.
That's a
I
little-
would say, I was thinking of them flying in the air. And
I could
they're
see
Yeah, I
him
was
jumping
too.
20
going from
feet down.
Right. Okay, so
What were the options again?
2, 10, 15, or 20.
I'm actually going to go 15.
I'm thinking about when the Hawks are chasing them.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah, the more motivation
how
they have.
fast they really and how they leap. I'm going to go with 25.
That wasn't an
That
option.
wasn't one of the
Oh,
options.
what was
20.
Well,
All right, 2, 10, 15, 20. Allison, you want to put it in?
Yeah, I'll go with 10.
Yeah, I think Allison's right. Jack, you were right off the bat. It was 10
10.
feet. And that surprises me. 10 feet's a long way.
I
That
can
is
see that in
still a
my
very long
head.
way.
All right, so how many, we were talking about this 2 weeks ago, I think Pat and I were. How many acorns can a single squirrel remember where it buried
Oh,
in
my
one
gosh.
season?
Yeah.
Here's the choices.
Yeah.
50, 500, 5,000, or 2,000.
No way.
How many acorns can a single squirrel
1,000.
remember?
I can't imagine them collecting 2,000 and putting them somewhere, storing them.
It seems like they like to dig up all their fake ones, too, based on the number of holes.
Yeah.
I
We're
find
going
it
to talk
bad.
about that
Right.
later. Allison, you want to take a
I'm going to
guess?
go with the lowest, 50.
50. Terry Lynn,
I'm going to go with the next one up.
500.
Okay, I'll go next one up, 2,000.
That's 2,000. And it's really 5,000.
That is amazing.
Isn't it? They can
can
remember.
they-
I
Each
think
season?
They
Keep track
remember
of that.
areas, and their brains think in terms of a grid pattern. You know, it's like where you plant your bombs.
gosh.
But it's amazing. 5,000.
amazing.
One squirrel can remember 5,000
Amazing.
locations.
And every bulb you planted, they'll find.
All right.
It's amazing that God taught them to do that. Like God gave them that ability.
That brain, yeah. But
Yeah, that's an
have you ever
amazing
seen them, the people that put up these corn mazes? They'll put up a cob of corn, and then and they'll hide it from the squirrel, and the squirrel has to find it going over windmills and everything. They're really very
smart.
very smart. They're very smart animals.
I can't imagine them eating 5,000 acorns.
It's a long winter.
Oh, you know what I was thinking of? Walnuts.
Okay.
All right.
All right. Question number 3.
They're all in my neighborhood. They're all gathering.
Why
the
do
walnuts.
squirrels twitch
Acorns,
their
those are
tails
tiny.
like a pom-pom? Why do squirrels twitch their tails like a pom-pom? Is it to show off for the opposite sex? Is it to warn squirrels of danger? Is it to maintain balance? Or is it to keep flies away?
B, warn squirrels.
Balance.
Balance?
Balance.
Jack, you're killing it here, buddy.
I told you I love my squirrels.
To
Sure
warn
do.
other squirrels of danger.
Your squirrel knowledge is fascinating.
I thought animals had tails so they could balance. I thought that was
Not a squirrel.
All right,
We
question
need
number 4.
fact check
So
that
many
one.
squirrels
How
got
long
tails.
do a squirrel's front teeth grow each year if not worn down by gnawing? In other
Oh
words-
my gosh.
All right, so is it a half inch? Is it 1 inch?
One.
Is it 2 inches? Or they'd never stop and could curl like tusks?
Yeah.
They could
Oh,
curl
yeah.
like tusks.
I think that's the one.
The tusks.
Oh, boy, you guys are such suckers. I said that at the end. It's 2 inches. Their teeth grow 2 inches
and
a
then
year.
they'll stop.
2 inches. That's pretty
I mean,
good.
that's still pretty big
That's
for
that
a little
big.
No,
a
that's
little
just all
guy.
they can grow in
Yeah.
that year.
All right, so here
Oh.
we are in the weeds, and we've got
Good.
question number 5 about squirrels. What special skill lets a flying squirrel glide from tree to tree? Is it a flapping skin flap called apatagia, tiny feathered wings, extremely strong back legs, or a built-in parachute of fur underneath their arms?
I think that's it. I mean, when you look at them, it looks like they have that skin.
Apatagia.
A and D sound very similar.
Yeah, they do.
One is skin and one is fur.
Oh, then I'm going to go with A.
Skin.
Yeah, I'll go with A.
Okay. Yeah, that is the right answer. It is the skin. It's called apatagia. I never knew it was called apatagia.
Well.
How about that? All right, this is just true or false. Squirrels can't burp or vomit no matter how many acorns they overeat.
Oh.
I don't know.
Oh, a little squirrel burping.
Can't
would be
even
cute.
think if I've ever seen one.
Squirrels
before.
can't
Imagine
burp
that.
or vomit no matter how many acorns they overeat. True or false?
True.
I'm going to go with false.
I'll go true.
I'm sure there's a reason.
The young folks have got it. It's true. They do burp, but they only burp after eating fermented fruit. Squirrel burps. I didn't know it, but they do burp, but it's because of the fermented fruit getting into their tummies.
So if they
Fermented
didn't
fruit,
eat the
that's
fruit-
basically, that
So
can
they're
be
drink- they're
alcohol.
drinking.
It's alcohol. A liquored up squirrel. You imagine
The
what
life
that-
of a squirrel.
Yeah.
So
All right,
hard.
question number 7 for squirrels. What sneaky trick do squirrels use to fool rival nut thieves? Booby trapping their acorns with sap, moving nuts nightly to different spots. See, squirrels watch each other burying nuts. They
Yeah.
really do that. Fake burying nuts in decoy holes, covering nuts with leaves soaked in scent. Any of those sound good?
I think I know the answer. I'm just going to let somebody
Well,
else.
I think they're mostly sleeping at night. So there's not
think-
no moving things around at night.
I think decoy
Probably. So maybe
holes.
the decoy holes.
Decoy holes.
Yeah.
Allison got it. It's fake burying nuts. When they know somebody else is watching them, they'll fake it, keep the nut or the nut
little
meats
piece.
in their mouth, and then go bury it someplace.
Is
else.
that one of their 5,000 spots they've remembered?
I don't know.
I hope not.
They don't want anybody else to snatch them. All right. In some big cities, what's a squirrel's favorite human snack when acorns are scarce? Pizza crust, French fries, whatever hits the sidewalk first.
Yeah. I've seen them eat everything. French
gonna-
fries,
I'm-
pie, everything, popcorn.
So I've left out
pretzels.
different bits of food for the squirrel that runs along my fence, and it seems to not be interested in really anything. So I'm going to go with French fries.
It's both. Whatever hits the sidewalk first is
Yeah.
really the truth. They like popcorn too, I read, but not as much as pizza crust and French fries.
Wow.
All right, couple
Just
more.
like real people.
Yeah.
Oh, I
they
forgot
really
to give
eat
you the
everything.
answer. Donuts. They don't like donuts.
Oh, really?
No,
Oh,
they don't like
I don't
sweet.
believe that.
More for us.
All right, what surprising object have squirrels been caught chewing that can knock out security electricity poles? Wooden power poles, car brake linings, live electrical cables, plastic water pipes.
I'm going to go with live electrical
Yeah,
cables.
that's sort of screwed that question.
Yeah.
Can knock out neighborhood electricity. It's not the plumbing.
But that's killing them,
That's
too,
right.
then, right.
All right, last question. How much does a typical squirrel's body weight increase before winter? Okay. Is it 10%, 25%, 40%, or they double their weight like a furry Thanksgiving turkey? Now, this is right before winter. 10, 25, 40, or a double?
Double.
I'm going to go with.
I think I've bored Allison to 10.
No, I was thinking.
Is it maybe 25? What comes after 25?
40.
That seems too low.
40.
It's a long winter.
40.
I
It is
think
a long
40.
winter, but look at all the things they stored.
It's 25, ladies and
Oh,
gentlemen.
I almost went with 25.
I know, I
Me
could see.
too.
Okay.
Because he stored it all.
Because
That
he's
makes
got it
sense.
all stored away.
Those squirrels are hard-working animals, I will tell you that. And speaking of which, we have somebody who wants to talk about squirrels. and that's Darren. Hey, Darren, how are you?
Well, good. I'm doing well. How are you guys?
Have you got a squirrel story?
Well, I do, and it's perfect timing because I listen to you guys all the time, and this is the first time calling.
Okay.
Oh.
So,
Well, thanks for calling.
I'll give you. Well, thanks for having me. Here's a quick story for you. So, a friend of mine lives in Brown County, and he had a tree hanging over his house. And when I got there, I realized this was a massive tree. It was about a 60-foot white oak, and it was a danger to the home. So we ended up dropping the tree and repurposing the wood. But when we were cutting the tree down, I seen all these acorns. And I've never in 51 years seen acorns start to sprout roots. Well, I gathered up about 12. I threw them in a Cool Whip container. And a guy on YouTube said, don't touch them, don't talk to them, don't water them, just leave them alone. And I did. And I had them in my toolbox. And I looked one day and had them in there about 6 months. And I've got white oak saplings growing right now. And my question to you is, am I to leave them outside to enjoy the natural weather and go through the changing of the seasons and losing its leaves, or do I bring them into the house under a grow light and keep them growing?
Now, that's an interesting question. I don't know, but I'm glad Jack's here. I do know that seeds have to be frozen and lay dormant for a couple of months through the season, through the winter, before they will sprout. But Jack, what do you think? Should he plant it?
Have they already started to sprout roots? You said, or they've already?
Oh yeah, they were starting to sprout. They've been growing. They're probably about 6 to 8 inches tall now. They've got 3 levels of leaves already established, and they look pretty good.
Wow.
Out of the 12, I got 2 left. And these 2 are hardy, and I know they got a taproot that goes straight down. So I'm trying to keep them in a good environment, but I'm not sure about letting them see the seasons at a young age.
So I think you will still need that cold dormancy on them so they can get in line with the season. And a little sprout can make it outside, but I wouldn't leave it outside. But if you could, maybe let them go dormant. Are they just in containers?
I've got them in a huge potting container, and there's just 2, and it's probably about 3 feet deep.
If you have,
taproot to grow.
like a closed garage or a covered patio, I would just bring it, as close to the house or in that garage, as long as that garage isn't heated, just so it can get that kind of cold dormancy, and then put it out, back outside in the spring.
Okay, great. Yeah, I've got a lot of time. We've had a lot of conversations. I want to make sure they make it through.
Oh, absolutely.
That's a good
I love
story.
that. And
It's a
they're
good
beautiful trees. Oh my gosh, you're so lucky.
I'm blessed because it's been a project, and I've talked to them and cared for them, and now they're mine. And I'm going to go take them to Patoka, around Patoka Lake. I've got a cabin, and we're going to plant them down there because we want those to grow so that the next generation gets.
Oh, how
Look
cool
at
would
you.
that
I
be?
love that. I love that you love the trees.
Hey, congratulations
I
for
love
being
it.
a good
Best
human
of luck.
being. Yeah. Hey, by the way, when you dropped the tree, did you damage the house?
Absolutely not. It literally, we wedged it when we were dropping it, and we were thinking. Well, we had our wives that were telling us what to do.
Yeah, there you go.
That's why it worked.
But it felt perfect, and we had no issues. But I do have one last little tiny thing because I'm excited that I got on to talk to you guys. Terry, you're awesome. I miss you in the mornings, though. I'll tell you that.
Thank you. Bless your heart. Thank you for saying that.
Yeah.
You've been listening a long time, if you've been listening that long.
Oh, it's a long time. Yeah, time flies. But
Yeah.
a little tiny squirrel problem I've got. So, and a couple of my friends. I've got a truck I was going to park down at my cabin. Well, problem is these piney squirrels are eating through every bit of wiring on every car you can imagine.
Yeah.
And I did some research, and I don't know. I'll finish this story, and then you guys, I'll listen for your answers. But at the end of the day, my research said that the insulation on car wiring is made of a soy product, and they can smell the soy, and that's why they eat through all your wiring.
Oh, wow.
I've heard that too. That must be.
And
That
when
must
you
be.
try to start your car and the interlock brake system lights on, and you can't use your automatic start button, they
Oh,
come to
land.
visit. So you guys have a blessed day and
You
have a great
too.
weekend.
Darren,
You
thanks
too.
for calling, buddy. What a great guy. When we would take the boys hiking in the scout troop, we would go up in the mountains of Colorado and New Mexico, and they were called mini bears. A little chipmunk or squirrel is called a mini bear because they're more dangerous than any of the bears. We did bear bags, and we told the boys never to wear perfume or deodorant. They got pretty ripe. But anyway,
I
the
take my
point
chances.
is that chances. But they're called mini bears because they are more dangerous than anything. All right, it's the Home and Garden Show. Hey, give us a call. Be like Darren. 317-239-9393 right here on 93 WIBC. John Cougar Mellencamp, one of Indiana's finest, and certainly for rock and roll. Golly, love this guy. You're listening to the Home and Garden Show. We're brought to you by the Michaelis Corporation. Water.
Don't get nervous now.
I get nervous. I'm starting to laugh. Water, storms, fire, and wet basements.
Life happens. Michaelis happens to help you through it.
It's 844-FIX-INDY. You're getting kind of creepy.
You uncommitted with the eye contact.
That's the
That's
famous
the key.
Ethan Patterson. A little bit later, we'll have Zach Terry popping in just to help us prep for winter. That all is coming at us. Our number is 317-239-9393. Joining us right now, folks, is Gilbert. Hey, Gilbert, how are you?
Gilbert.
He's listening to the radio. Gilbert.
I do love that name.
Gilly.
Gilbert.
Gilly?
Gillante.
Here he is.
There we go.
There we go.
Here we go.
Hey, Gilbert. Gilbert, turn off the radio.
Just turn your
Gilbert,
radio
we're
down.
talking to you. I heard you laugh at that.
This is George. You're not.
Oh, it's
Oh, it's
George.
George.
What
Oh,
on
excuse me.
Dang it.
Sorry, George.
Sorry.
No wonder you
George.
didn't answer.
Ethan's been
How did
married for
I-
a whole week, and he's already lost his hearing.
Did you say something about Gilbert?
I've got some ewes that need to be cut back away from the house and shortened, and one that a delivery driver ran into and may not make it and may need to be replaced. I need the phone number of somebody good to take care of that.
Wow. I'll give you one, and I'm sure Jack's got a couple. I like the guys at Sundown Gardens. They take care of my property, and they take care of Pat's property.
Well, I live on the east side, if that makes it any easier.
Oh, they go all over. But how about you, Jack? Have you got somebody?
Yeah, so right across the street from us is Picasso Lawn and Landscape, and they do a great job of kind of all the landscaping and lawn care you may need. And that is just right in Fishers, and they'll do the east side.
Okay.
All right. Well,
Got a phone
Gilbert,
number?
I do if you're ready for it.
Yeah.
It's 317-253-5296.
5296.
6. And that's
Okay.
Picasso
Thank you
Lawn
very
and
much.
Landscape, of course.
hey, thanks a lot, George.
Thanks, Gilbert.
George, have you ever
Okay.
thought about Gilbert?
Gilbert.
Sound like a Gilbert.
Quit teasing this, man. You have a good weekend,
That was,
okay,
even,
Gilbert?
that
Thank
was
you,
so
George.
way off.
Yeah.
I mean, it started with a
Ethan,
G.
what are you
I was
doing
li-
over there? Poor guy.
Getting worried about him.
Usually I have like a good explanation, like it'll sound like that or
Right,
something.
but no,
That one,
this-
even I was like, what the heck am I even doing over here? Like, what?
Oh, boy. Well,
Oh, Ethan.
it's the Home and Garden Show. We don't have Pat here today. Pat is enjoying life. Did you see the pictures from the wedding that he sent us?
I will say, I think Pat's missing us a little bit. He has texted us more
He
this
really
week than he
has.
ever has. in his-
And he's still got a couple days before he comes
And I
back.
love
so
it.
I
I
think,
love
yeah,
it.
he's just thinking about
Dude,
everybody.
He went to a wedding, a family wedding
In Ireland.
It was in Czechoslovakia. They
Oh.
flew into Dublin because it was nonstop from Indianapolis. But then they went over there. But the story about the photographer, did you read that? That she was backing up and she backed into and fell over into a ravine
She
while she was
did.
taking this picture.
She really did.
Oh, my
but the
God.
pictures are stunning. I mean, it's just
They are.
beautiful places that he's been, and so it's been pretty cool.
Yeah, I hope he's enjoying himself
I
because
think he is.
we're getting ready to go, especially Sullivan's the high tail season of Christmas and holiday, and
Oh, boy.
obviously Pumpkin Town's starting soon. So
And Pumpkin Town tickets are still available, folks?
They are
yeah.
still available.
And where do they get them?
SullivanHardware.com.
Okay,
Yep.
that's
And
it.
there's a calendar, and you can pick what time you want to come, and you can hang out for as long as you want, which is kind of the nice part about Pumpkin Town.
So you take a train in,
Mm-hmm.
and then you just play, and then you grab. It's like grabbing the last bus home. You just whatever train's
Yeah,
running.
exactly. Kind of just take one back
Hop on
home.
when you're ready to go back.
Yeah. Well, it's the Home and Garden Show. We are here in studio to this week. Next week we'll be up in Atlanta, Indiana, and
Earth Festival.
Earth Festival. Doesn't that sound like fun? We'll be up there and enjoying life. If you want to get on board with us, it's 317-239-9393. In studio this week, I've got Allison Lemons, Terry Stacy, Jack Phipps is here, and Ethan's back from his short honeymoon. And anyway, we're here to take your phone calls.
And we're talking to Brian Wilkes next, right?
Brian Wilkes will be next right after 10 o'clock. That's exactly right. If you got questions for Wilkesy, this is the place. 239-9393. 93 WIBC. It's the Home and Garden Show. We don't talk politics. We don't talk things that'll make you mad unless we talk about the weather, of course. But we are brought to you by the Michaelis Corporation. Water storms, fire, and wet basements.
Life happens. Michaelis happens to help you through it.
It's 844-FIX-INDY. And I tell you what, I've been promoting this thing all morning. The very famous Fox 59 Chief Meteorologist Brian Wilkes joins us. Hey, Brian, how are you?
Benny, it shouldn't be this difficult. No, I'm talking about this garden hose that connects and the one that they kind of swell and they grow and, and then you can roll them up again.
Uh-huh.
There's a lever here. There's a lever here. I just attached the thing to water, the Mandevilla. And I swear to goodness, you would think that I would not be able to. It's not that difficult. Anyway, hi.
Well, anyway, is
it not rolling up?
No, it wasn't like the little lever was not allowing the water to go through to the other lever that had, you had to have like three different things to move, and then you can change the dial to make it spray or jet or. Goodness sakes, just rain for Pete's sake.
Yeah, you just need some water coming out.
We can't depend on the
How are you guys?
We're doing pretty good, and I was just talking to Jarrett Wilson in the WIBC newsroom. The difference between what is published from the Farmer's Almanac and the National Weather Service, it's dramatically different. So I thought, what the heck? We'll just get our buddy Bry and see what he's forecasting. So I'm gonna tell you what the forecast method is that is used, and then you tell me what you use, okay? So for the Farmer's Almanac, they have a proprietary secret formula. They blend solar cycles, historical patterns, and anecdotal indicators, whereas NOAA, or the National Weather Service, uses dynamical climate models. I don't even know if that's a word.
Yeah, spell it, Denny. Spell it.
Dynamic. It's good. El Nino, La Nina, and statistical ensembles. What do you use,
Now
boss?
you're talking.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. You asked me where do I land on this?
No. What do you use? I mean, do you use? Do you just think Farmer's Almanac's baloney?
No, I don't. I like the Farmer's Almanac because it's entertainment, Denny, to be quite honest with you. And look, as a kid growing up and as a kid wanting snow, that Farmer's Almanac would come out and I was chomping at the bit. And we would sit there in 4th grade, 5th grade, and when we heard the Farmer's Almanac said it's going to be a snowy winter, we were all giddy.
Cheers.
And most often it's not accurate. It is what it is. It's fun. It's entertainment. And quite frankly, if it didn't say it was going to be snowy and diabolically cold, would you really want to pick it up and read it?
Yeah, who's going to buy it? That's right. Fear sells, right?
There's some drama here about it. But, then when you look at I've done this a long time, and I've watched how we've had this evolution of long-range computer models, and they're fantastic. And, we've kind of... Each decade we go and step further, and if you go back to like the late 80s, early 90s when I started in this business, we had statistical and computer models that would go out to 6-7 days pretty accurately. Then they were going out to 10 to 16 days very accurately. And now with the ability to process more data more quickly, these faster computers, we can run computer forecast models, AI. Ooh, what a crazy word that is. We've been doing this for decades, of what the models of the atmosphere would be like 10 days down the road, 20 days down the road, 30 days.
Wow.
And we've got dynamic models that can go out and paint with a broad brush, but give you an idea where the temperatures and precipitation influences would be 30 days out, 60 days out, 90 days out. Specific to your backyard, you're painting with a big wide brush, but you get an idea what the trends are. And, that's the most amazing thing.
Who's doing the models, Brian? Is it NOAA?
Well, yeah, it's National Weather Service, the Center for Environmental Prediction. But you also have computer models and these machines that come from the numbers out there, the suite of computers now that run forecasts. You have a UK model. You have multiple U.S. models. You have a Japanese model. You have the NOAA model. You have the NOGAP's Navy model. I'm trying to rattle off as many as I can. We have the ICON, which is German.
Do you pay for the service? Is there a proprietary? Is this strictly by country because the government's handling it, or is there anybody in private business that you buy the service from?
I don't buy anything from the private services.
Okay.
You know, all of this stuff is generally offered to you online at this day and age. And then there's certain companies that, like, say you and I decided we're going to start up our own forecast company. We could have our own clients, but essentially we're going to be looking at and massaging the data and giving our opinion. That's really what it all comes down to. Everybody has this availability to the data, but how you massage the data, how you come up with a forecast, there still has to be a human input to all of this. No matter how much you love the AI and you're down with the technology, everything has to be smoothed out. And that's the crazy thing about weather. And I learned this at a very early on, that it's pattern recognition. And I think that has a lot to do with the seasonal forecast, at least from my point of view. But I have this statistical data here. I have the numerical data. I have the data of the computers to give me an idea which way I should be leaning.
The power of the computers, Brian, is incredible.
Oh, it's amazing. It really is. They can process trillions of mathematical problems and solutions per second.
Not only that,
I mean, it's just gone on crazy.
We talked a couple weeks ago on Terry's show. We used to think that we could double our knowledge every 100 years, and then after World War II, it was every 50 years. After the Vietnam War, we were doubling our knowledge every 6 months or so. Now we are doubling our knowledge every 12 hours, Brian. And as long as they have computers powerful enough to do that. All right, so let's talk turkey here. Okay. I'm going to tell you the Farmer's Almanac.
I'm certain I don't double my knowledge every 12 hours.
No. All right, so the Farmer's Almanac.
And if I have a few beers, I think I go negative.
That's why we have the moderating forces of Gigi, your wife.
All right. Love her. Yeah.
Dramatic swings, cold and snowy for the Midwest Great Lakes with several significant storms expected. Now, that's the Farmer's Almanac. What's Brian say?
Okay.
What's Brian say?
Well, I would say that I do believe that we are going to have a very volatile winter. I feel that the setup, from what I can tell, from what everything is saying, is that we are going to have these quick shots of Arctic air. It is we can attribute this thinking towards what's happening out in the oceans and the connection between the ocean and the upper level winds, El Nino, La Ninas, neutral conditions. All of that plays a role. And right now it looks to be a very weak La Nina, if not a neutral, which tells me that there will be clippers coming this winter.
Oh, the famous clippers.
Yeah. Last year our big snow, it was what we call an Oklahoma hooker. Those are the storms that come out of Oklahoma, and they hook real rapidly up off the Gulf of Mexico for all the moisture.
Yeah.
Texas panhandlers, that's what we refer to those. Those are our big snows that usually have a lot of moisture content, and if there's enough Arctic air, you get a big snowstorm. Blizzard of 78, January of 99. These clipper systems are the devils here because they can have a huge contrast in temperatures over small area real estate. You can get a very good band of 6 inches of snow with a lot of wind and an Arctic blast behind it. So these guys are devils. But I do see that there's more of that northwesterly flow to the jet stream and at least a little bit more of an occasional intrusion of the Arctic jet. Now, in the interim, we're probably going to have some big gaps of kind of calm weather or maybe even, mild weather for winter. It doesn't seem to be all that sexy as opposed to the Farmer's Almanac.
All right. We got one more minute. When do I put the snow thrower on the tractor?
You know what, Denny? The first snow anybody ever asks me, when do I think we'll see our first snowflakes? I will say October 28th.
What?
Okay.
That is my standard operating procedure. That is my date that I always it's 28th of October.
That's a month away.
The earliest snow. The earliest snow, many of you guys will probably remember in '89 when we had that 7 to 9 inch snowfall in early October. It was around the 18th, 19th of October. So that's the earliest snow that's been recorded and measured. I would say that we're going to get through October fairly mild, if not above average. But by that third week of October, we will start to get some real reminders that, hey, it's coming. We're going to get some ice pellets or some snowflakes probably by week 3, if not just before Halloween. And again, I feel that I still have a little bit more time to kind of cultivate the exact extent of the winter forecast, but I do believe that the term clippers might be rather frequent this year. And these injections are quick shots of Arctic air. So stay tuned. It could be, and that's very, very difficult because, again, you can have these narrow bands of 3 to 6 inches of snow. You get buried in fissures, and in Greenwood, it turned over to snow and ended. That's how tight the gradient can be at times.
That's pretty good. Brian Wilkes from Fox 59. Hey, thanks for sharing time with us, Brian.
Hey, and Denny, revisit with me here in October when I'll actually put the numbers because the last few years
Allison goes out and grabs the squirrels that have been hit by roadkill, and we analyze the tails, the squirrel tails. There's a lot.
Part of the Farmer's Almanac, Denny, was to put 12 onions out in the sun, and the ones that are wet represent the month that's supposed to be wet.
Good Lord. Brian, I promise you we will get back to you probably sometime
late
in October.
We'll have a pretty good handle on where we're going.
Brian Wilkes, Fox 59. Thanks for sharing time with us,
buddy. All right, you guys, and enjoy the weekend.
Yeah.
Good luck with your hose.
Oh, yeah, I know. Hey, wait, what?
Whoa, see you, Brian.
Happy Saturday, Brian.
Look at that. He ended up on a hold. I don't know how that happened. Well, Fox 59 is chosen wisely with their chief meteorologist, Brian Wilkes. His wife, Gigi, is even more lovely than he is. And if you've never seen a real Elvis impersonator, you just got to see Wilkesy do that. All right, we'll be coming right back here, taking your phone calls, 317-239-9393, right here on 93 WIBC. So here's the story about 867-5309. I had a really good business partner by the name of John Young. He was a nuclear physicist who got into marketing, and he became a genius. This number, this radio piece or this record came out, and everybody kept calling this 867-5309, but that was back in the 60s and 70s. Well, John found out that number was still available in an 800 number, 800-567-8309, and we built a marketing program around that, and it was hugely successful. But before that, the boys that did that record got in so much trouble because the person that owned that number was just getting hammered by every teenager calling the number just to see who was on the line.
Oh, I mean, I would be very annoyed as well.
I'd be very annoyed at why. But it was a neat little number, neat little story.
I don't know. I kind of played the part for a while. I tried to make them think that I was like the singer of the band or something like that. If I had the number, I'd put
just
on
go with it.
Yeah. You just go with it.
Mm-hmm.
That's kind of fun.
All right, we got lots of calls. 317-239-90.
And if I can I just ask a question to our bird listeners? To our bird listeners, you love the birds, and we know that last night, nearly, was it over 500,000 million migrated last night. I think it was more like 300,000 migrated last night. Everything was coming through, looks on the radar and everything. But here's the thing: for 2 days, I have not had any birds coming to my feeders, which is rare. And these are not migrating birds. I'm talking about cardinals and blue jays and woodpeckers.
Does it have anything to do with the feral cats that you're feeding?
These are up high on the second floor. I feed them twice a day. They eat, gobble, gobble, gobble. But for 2 days, they've been gone. Is there something that I'm doing wrong? I clean the feeders. Is there something I'm doing wrong? And what happened to the birds? They're not even in my trees. They're all gone.
I always just thought of this as a time where they're less interested in the feeder food, more interested in the natural food they can go find.
That
the
might
bugs.
be. That might
let's
be.
Just all
let's
of a sudden
loop
like
Rebecca
that,
into
maybe?
this.
I don't know.
Rebecca?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, well, let's try.
Okay, but if anybody knows what I can do to bring them back.
I think she's on a similar page.
All right, so let's talk to Rebecca. Hey, Beck, how are you?
I am fine. It's great to talk to you guys. I've listened to WIBC since I was about, 20 or something. Anyway, what I was calling about was my birds are gone, too. They've been gone for 2 weeks now.
See? What's wrong?
I have hummingbirds left and doves, and, of course, you have the sparrows, but that's about it.
Yeah.
Everything else is gone. My little wrens were gone a long time ago.
Yeah, they leave in late August for sure. The hummers just left about a week ago.
Yeah,
They're doing their migration.
I haven't seen my robins.
I haven't seen, right. Robins are gone. please.
They're all gone.
Yeah.
And I wondered if it seems a little early to me, is what I'm getting at. And I wonder if they sense the upcoming weather report.
Yeah, I wonder if Brian Wilkes.
You're so right.
I bet Brian Wilkes doesn't have a bird feeder. I bet
Well, they
he's
said
not-
the cooler nights. They know the cooler nights, and they knew they were leaving. And so I had the last time I saw hummingbirds was 2 days or 1 day ago. I still had one left, and then but this bird thing with the cardinals and the blue jays and the woodpeckers, everybody's gone, and it's quiet. And I don't see them, and nobody's eating at the feeders for the last 2 days.
If we were in a Pacific island, we would know that the volcano was going to erupt. I mean,
Truly,
that's
like
what happened.
birds know so much, especially about weather. So maybe, to Rebecca's
What's
point,
coming?
maybe they know something's coming.
I don't know, but it's very strange. And I've been in that house for more than 20 years and fed them all that time. And this is the first I've ever seen where all of them are gone.
Rebecca, we'll try to do some research on this one. And thanks for listening. I'm glad you listened since you were 20. I'm guessing that you're 30 now.
Yes, that's right. That's right.
Rebecca, have a great weekend. All right.
And if anybody has any ideas or knows, please call in and let us know, because that would be very interesting.
Any ornithologists out there? Let's talk to Gilbert. Hey, Gilbert. How are you?
For real, Gilbert?
Real Gilbert.
I don't think so.
That's weird.
Gilbert.
Hello, guys. This is Gilbert O'Sullivan calling from across the pond in the UK.
Oh, this is Jeff.
Wow.
You can't.
Hello,
So funny.
Is that G-O-F-F?
You broke up, Jeff. Say it one more time.
Yes, that's Jeff with a G-O-F-F. Yes,
Oh,
I got
that's
this written
right.
down.
That's the English spelling. Well, what's up,
Well, I'm a
Jeff?
little stuck on the vocal cords as of late. I can't carry a note in a briefcase anymore. But right away, perhaps you remember this, one of my hits. In my hour of need, I truly am indeed alone again.
Oh,
naturally.
Yeah, there you go. Not bad, Jeff.
Beautiful, Jeff.
Oh, I'm sorry, Gilbert.
Gilbert.
We used to
That's
we used to have a neighbor that, well, not a neighbor, it was a friend of my sister's whose father was named Gilbert, and her mother's name was Wanda, and we can still hear Wanda saying, "Gilbert," because she would yell at him. But this became a little bit of a family joke. If my sister's laughing right now, I understand why. All right, Brian, thanks for joining. Be patient. We're getting there.
Well, you're
239.
We're being patient. We're being patient.
Terry, I really do not know why the birds have taken off. I haven't even know. I noticed that the mourning doves are not mourning and doving in the morning, but
Yeah, no, I don't know what's happened. I just thought maybe it had to do with my feeders. If somebody knew that does the same thing,
I
all
don't
of a
think it
sudden.
has
I
anything to do
reliably
with
hear
climate.
blue jays around my house and a flicker or two, but I haven't heard.
Yeah.
Now that I'm thinking about it.
Then where'd they go?
I don't know. Hey, Brian, thanks for calling in. What you got?
Yeah, I have a nerd question. Has there been any kind of study about all the electricity we're sending through the atmosphere? Because I know we've had hot and dry colds all throughout American history, but the one thing we've never had was all these signals and electricity going through the atmosphere, and how could that possibly affect the weather? Because I notice more storms are narrow and vicious these days.
You know, I might do some research on that. I'm a big fan of Nikola Tesla because he wanted to go DC, and the money that had backed Edison in the early 1900s wanted to go AC, direct current versus alternating current, because he believed that the DC current did not set up these rectified DC currents that AC did. I will absolutely look into that and see if we can figure out why, if it's affecting the weather or not. But you're right. The line loss from the AC, that very top line on your telephone pole is called the stinger. And it can be pretty high voltage, 5,000 to 15,000 volts. But the line loss from that, because the AC current is dissipating out into the atmosphere, you wonder, where in the hell's that all going? So, Brian, that's a really, really good question.
And plus all the cell towers. And, you know, I can be reached. I'm the only Brian Neworth on the planet, so I'm easy to find, sir.
You know, the whole idea of when we went from 3G to 5G, I don't even know if we had 4G, but the frequency or the wavelength of the 5G was so different that in the past the military had used it as a weapon, and yet we're putting it out on all these towers now Yeah, what's it doing to all of us? So really good questions. If I'm going to write it down, hopefully I'll be able to remember it for at least another 3 hours, and we'll see if we can get some research on this, Brian. Scare everybody to death, okay?
I don't know if I want to know the answers.
Yeah.
I'll hit you on the email.
Yeah, Brian. One more thing. Do you remember when they told us that our cell phones, that the radiation coming from our cell phone was doing brain damage? Do you remember that one?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Well, how do we know that it's not?
How do we?
I don't know. These days, it might
think
be.
about how really nuts everybody is. I mean, me too.
You know somebody who really knows the answer to that because they deal with disasters all the time. That's Zach Terry from the Shalis Corporation. Hey, Zach.
Hey, I thought you were going with that I had some kind of brain damage with that one, but I'll take the disaster part.
Hey, that too. Hey, yeah, tell your grandma we're coming to town. She's up in Atlanta, Indiana, and we're going to be up there next week.
Okay, yeah, I'll be up there anyway, so I guess I could swing by and say hi to. But I didn't even think about that. That's next week.
That's next week.
Oh my goodness. Okay.
The year is flying by.
So if we don't get there early enough, we're going to park in Grandma's driveway. Just let her know, okay?
You can. No, 100% you can.
Yeah, absolutely.
I can shoot you guys an email just so you have the address as well. You're more than welcome to.
We're sort of talking about weather here, Zach. What should people be doing? You guys are in the disaster business. When things break or when things flood or crumble, it's you guys. But what should we be doing for fall and maybe even winter right now as homeowners?
Well, as you drive down Benford, you're seeing the leaves change, and that tells you that fall's right here. So eventually, you're going to get leaves falling, and into the gutters. Make sure your gutters are cleaned out. Definitely throughout the winter process as well. Because overflowing gutters is never a good idea for your foundation. One, and I see that quite often. But then closing your vents if you have crawl space vents is what you need to do in the winter. If you get down there, or I would always recommend somebody check it out for you. Make sure that you got your water lines, some kind of insulation, like even if it's the piping, the pipe insulation on there or something, because that's talking to Brian about winter earlier. I was listening to that. Those cold winds, cold air, definitely if it's getting inside the crawl space could be detrimental, and all of a sudden next thing you know you're having a pipe burst, insurance claim, dry out, the whole 10 yards. So
right.
And if you could encapsulate is the best situation to close those vents, seal them, encapsulate,
absolutely.
Fire down there is the ultimate protection plan.
That's exactly what I was going to ask you. We did the vents for crawl spaces so many years ago, but I think for the last 10 years they've really figured out that that's a conditioned space too, and we shouldn't be messing with that. So
no, you definitely want to condition it because you're breathing that air in anyway inside your home.
That's right.
Definitely if you don't have a vapor barrier on there and you're walking through the home after it rains and you can smell it, that tells you have some kind of issue with the crawl space.
Zach, how do we find the folks at Michaelis?
Well, you can. We have internet, we have a website, we have social media, but 844-FIX-INDY is usually the easiest way to call us if you have any emergencies, or even if you want me to come out and take a look at your crawl space.
Should they ask for you? That's sort of cool. Yeah.
If you want, yeah.
My buddy Zach. All right.
I will bring a Sharpie. I'll sign photos. We can take pictures. We can do the whole 10 yards. Real quick, just one thing is I did look up why your birds are missing as well. And so it says a sudden lack of birds is often normal fluctuation due to factors like seasonal changes, abundant natural food sources, migration, weather conditions, or the presence of a predator like cats.
Oh, well,
but Rebecca had the same problem, so it's.
So maybe they have a lot of. Maybe
Zach.
they just have abundance of food right now. Maybe that's a change with the crops and everything. And,
yeah, that's true.
Thank you, Zach.
Yeah, thank you.
Of course.
That's
I was listening, and I was like, I got to look this up for you. I got to help my girls out, make sure everybody's okay.
Thank you.
It's Zach Terry from the Michaelis Corporation. 844-FIX-INDY. Swaying to the music in the studio. Home and Garden Show without Pat Sullivan. Pat's on vacation. We wish him the best. Right now we know he's stuck on a tarmac because he's in Dublin, Ohio, and there was an alarm, a terror, to not Ohio, Dublin, Ireland, and there was a terror alert, and they shut down and evacuated the entire terminal, and he's sitting on a plane out there on the tarmac waiting to come into the terminal. So we wish him the best. Maybe he's listening on his phone. We are brought to you by the Michaelis Corporation. We just heard from Zach Terry. If you need them, just remember that water storms, fire, and wet basement, life happens.
Michaelis happens to help you through it.
Yeah, it's 844-FIX-INDY. You're a busy boy over there. Hey, real quick, maybe we better get here because Allison's got a taste test coming up for us. You want to try and do that about 10:45, Allison? We'll see.
We were talking about Pat's security alert.
Yeah.
We were seeing if there's any updates, but anyway, what was the question?
Are we going to do the taste test at 10:45, or do you want to do it at 11?
Let's do it at 11:05 because
11:05.
we can taste them while we're talking to Donna.
Okay.
But I will say too, we've been talking about the birds, and Terry said they've been disappearing near her house, and we had another listener say the same thing. And on Facebook, we had a couple people say. Juanita says, I live in Batesville and our birds disappear every year at this time. We occasionally see a woodpecker, but nothing else. But then when the weather gets colder in October, they usually reappear.
Because they're hungry. And then someone else said that maybe it's because they've been driven into the woods where there's better water sources. They have bluebirds in their bird baths last night, but it might be just easier pickings in the harvest fields right now. You know, the bluebirds, the bluebird was my father's favorite bird, and it was also my best friend's favorite bird. And my best friend passed away several years ago. My father passed away several years ago. So every time I see a bluebird, Allison, you know what I'm thinking of.
Aww.
I'm thinking of my daddy and Russ. But they've taken up residence in my magnolia tree. They're not nesting and they're not raising any young or anything. But anyway, I miss my bluebirds, and it's always nice to see them there on the farm. All right, is everybody ready for the... Uh-oh. What's going on here?
I'm not coming back over. Sorry, Terry's mic went out, and so I went to hand her my microphone. Did you choke yourself? What happened? Did you get shocked?
Did it hit her in the throat?
No, I did. I just nearly choked myself with it. Doesn't matter. But I just wanted to say thank you to Juanita.
Thanks,
for
Juanita.
helping us more with the birds and where they've gone to. Thank you very much. I'm going back.
All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, people in the audience, in the studio audience, the Charles the Genius. Hey, Charles.
Well, God bless all of you there, and go Fever, go Colts, and of course Ben Davis. And like I say, and God bless our newlyweds there too. That's young and in love here. You can't have no soap opera can compare. I guarantee you. Hallmark's got cards special for them. Anyway, is this thing on?
Yeah, it is for 2 minutes. It is for 2 minutes.
Okay. Well, anyway, Terry might remember that. Now, we mentioned about Robert Redford. I got two quick stories real quick. One, way back when her and Jeff Pigeon, of course, and Steve Sim, they had a hookup. They were doing a special connected with Robert Redford for a fundraiser, and for the I can't even talk about it here now. His film festival out there. My mind's going blank here.
That's right.
And
Red Rock.
there we go. Anyway,
yeah.
I called in there, and Jeff said, Charles, we might actually let you get to talk to Robert. And he said, Robert, about just as they had the link up, all I could hear was a voice, and I heard somebody say, hello? And I said, hello, and then Jeff said, this is Charles, and then click, that was it.
That was it.
So that was my 3 seconds of fame with Robert Redford.
It's okay. It was a good 3 seconds.
Okay, here we go. Well, do you remember that was back in the time machine? So anyway, if you want, of course, this is spoiler alert. I'm sure everybody there has seen Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid one time or another. Yep. I'm sure. It's hard to believe, 56 years old. Anyway, I always try two things. I always like to look for Indiana connections. Steve McQueen, our Beech Grove, Indiana boy, almost got to play Sundance. And at the last second, for whatever reason, he couldn't get the part. And to this day, they can't find the makeup deal where he has a mustache and sideburns looking like Robert Redford. The other thing was, you remember the old fellow that ran the mine, Strather Martin, our Kokomo, Indiana man.
Unbelievable that all those nuances of all the Indiana people that came in there. Well, I tell you what, Charles, thanks for calling in. You were
Thank
always
you for the good memory.
You were always a wealth of knowledge for sure. All right, when we come back, we're going to have more fun for you. Give us a call, 317-239-9393, right here on 93 WIBC. All right, earlier in the weeds here on the Home and Garden Show, brought to you by the Michaelis Corporation, we gave the studio audience here a choice between squirrels and Robert Redford. Well, now we're going to do the Robert Redford quiz, and I'm going to predict that Terry's going to be the one that gets most of these right.
I don't know.
Hey, look at that. Your mic works.
I know.
How
Thank you,
about that?
guys. Allison,
All right, so we were just
Ethan.
talking about festivals. Which film festival did Robert Redford help create? Was it the Aspen Mountain Film Festival?
Nope.
The Sundance Film Festival?
Yep.
Yes.
The Telluride Film Festival?
Nope.
All right, so it sounds like it's the Sundance.
I'm going to go
Sundance.
Sundance.
Yeah, there you go. All right, so one of the movies that, if you have not seen a Robert Redford movie, one of the ones that was probably the most poignant was called A River Runs Through It. It was 1992.
Are you kidding? I mean, great, but are you Butch and Sundance or any of those others?
Those were fun.
Oh my
that
gosh,
was a
the
different
way
type
we
of
were.
entertainment. No, I'm just saying A River Runs
See
Through
ya,
It about
Hubble.
it was a family issue there. Did you watch the movie A River Runs Through?
I've seen them all.
You've seen them all. All right, so 1992, what was Redford's primary role behind the camera? Was it director-narrator? Was it executive producer? Or was it cinematographer?
He might have been. Oh gosh, he's been all of them. But for that particular movie,
That's the question.
was he the narrator too? No, he wasn't the.
Jack,
I don't
Ethan, and I
remember.
were not born yet.
Is that right? 1992, you guys
Well,
weren't
you've
born?
seen films
I was
before
born.
you were born.
Oh, you're barely
Do
born.
you watch The Wizard of Oz?
I was months old.
All right, the
That's
answer
fair point.
is
Fair
that-
point.
It's only a 4-hour show, kids. It's a director and narrator.
Oh,
Director and narrator.
Right. Okay.
Who was Robert Redford's co-star in the Oscar-winning 1973 The Sting?
Jennifer Aniston.
They would have been good together.
Okay, Warren Beatty.
yeah, what a missed opportunity.
Warren Beatty, Paul Newman, Jack Nicholson.
Oh, I think it was Paul Newman.
Jack Nicholson.
No,
Warren.
wait a minute. It was Warren Beatty. No,
Warren
wait a
Beatty.
minute.
Terry,
Was it
you're the
Warren?
only one alive during that time.
It still doesn't matter. People still watch
1973.
films before
I
they
got
were
married
born.
in 1973. It was Paul Newman.
Oh, darn.
It was
He
a
and Paul
great,
were always
great
good
movie.
together.
The Toy Story guy.
This is one of my favorites of the Paul Newman. Robert
Salad
Redford.
dressing.
The Natural. Redford
Oh,
played.
The
Redford
Natural.
played a ball player.
Baseball.
Glenn Close was in there. What was his name in the movie? Was it Billy Chappell? Was it Eddie Watkins? Or was it Roy Hobbs?
Roy Hobbs.
A.
Hey, very good. Ethan's a ball player. Have you seen the movie, The Natural?
Yeah, and I know I've heard that name, and I haven't heard the other one.
Did you know the name of his bat?
Nope.
Wonder Boy. Which Redford film follows an idealistic man running for the U.S. Senate? Senate. The Candidate, All the President's Men, The Great Gatsby.
The Candidate.
It's The Candidate. That's kind of obvious, but you realize
I
how
got
many
one.
movies this guy was in?
A lot.
Butch Cassidy and the
That's amazing.
Sundance Kid. The Sundance Kid's real first name was...
Oh.
Butch.
Butch Cassidy.
They can't
and
both be named Butch.
No,
No.
the Sundance Kid's...
Oh, you had to go by
Butch and
Sundance.
Butch. Would've been good.
Butch was Butch, but what was Sundance's real first name?
Do we get a choice?
All right, Jeremiah, Robert,
He played
William,
Jeremiah.
or Harry.
Well, I don't know if I ever knew.
It would be kind of
'Cause he
ironic
was only-
because
only
Robert.
said-
It was only said once in the movie. It was Harry.
Harry.
Can you imagine?
Wonder which part it was in.
Harry and Butch.
Oh no! Which 1972 film features Redford surviving the wilderness?
That's
Was- These are
Jeremiah
the-
Johnson.
It's Jeremiah Johnson.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen that? That
so
was.
handsome.
Uh,
How come you're not talking about The Way We Were with Barbara Streisand?
we'll get to that. Now,
See ya,
did you,
Hubble.
who was the other mountain man? Let's see how good you are. Who was the other mountain man that was with Jeremiah Johnson? And I'll tell you who was in the Waltons.
Yeah, was it Grandpa Walton?
It was Grandpa Walton.
I loved the Waltons.
Did you?
Well, that
Hot
was on
take.
Before you were born.
Yeah, I know. That was a terrible excuse. I should have said that. Hot take. I think I preferred the Waltons over Little House on the Prairie.
I did too. There was more of a storyline. It was more.
I know my mom would kill me if she heard that right now.
No,
but
you can love them all.
Okay.
Okay. Anyway,
Redford
Continue.
announced his retirement from acting after which 2018 film? The Old Man and the Gun, A Walk in the Woods, and very few people know this one, All Is Lost.
all is lost.
I don't know.
He announced his retirement, The Old Man and the Gun. That was 2018.
Aw.
I don't know that movie.
2018.
The Old Man and the Gun?
Actually, I thought he was in. I thought I saw he was in the last Avengers movie.
Oh, no. It's funny that you would say that.
Okay.
Redford appeared in the Marvel Cinematic Universe as a S.H.I.E.L.D. council member named Gideon Malik, Nick Fury's predecessor, if you remember who Nick Fury was, and Alexander Pierce. Who was he in that movie?
I don't know. I was just surprised to see that.
Well, people do announce their retirement, and then they come back.
Yeah, that's true.
And
Tom Brady.
Do you know why they
done that
come
a couple
back?
times. They need money.
Money.
Yeah, I get
it's
it.
always about the money. All right, last question before I bore you all to death.
What was the answer to that last one?
It was Alexander Pierce.
No.
That was his role in the Marvel.
What a cool last role.
Redford's first honorary Oscar was for what? Was it Best Director for Ordinary People, Best Picture Out of Africa, or Best Actor All the President's Men? Which was about Woodward and Bernstein for you guys that are born in the
all
2000s.
three.
I would think all three, but no, probably not.
None of the above.
He got Best Director for Ordinary People.
Which was great. Mary Tyler Moore and what's his name?
Can't remember the child.
Robert?
I don't know. I don't
Can't remember.
All right. So which famous movie did I leave out?
You left out, let's see, The Proposal. You left out, The Way We Were.
Yeah, Barbara Streisand.
See ya, Hubble.
See ya,
Last
Hubble.
line, that's the last words in the movie.
Do you think they should have gotten together?
Make you cry. The end.
Girls cry, guys go, God, is this movie over yet? You know.
Scatter pictures.
Can we turn our mic back off?
Yeah.
Dear God. All right, it's the Home and Garden Show. Allison, tell us what we've got coming up at the 11 o'clock hour here, because it looks like a fun hour.
Oh, my gosh. I can't believe it's already 11 o'clock. Yep. Coming up, we have Donna Anderson. She is our tomato, what would you call that?
Tomato.
Connoisseur.
Connoisseur. Yeah.
She provides her tomatoes each year for us to try different varieties, and she's an expert gardener, and even she was having a hard time this year. So we're going to talk to her about the growing season and how she did as well. And then what else we got? Oh, Craft Corner's coming up. Terry's been working on that. I think it's a really fun. It's a really fun fall foliage one. I'm excited.
Whoa. What type of? What is it?
I can't say the word.
No, what?
Foliage.
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 Spelled like foliage.
I think that's why I think it's pronounced that way.
Is your sister she's an
Fall
English
foliage.
teacher, right?
Yeah, not me.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
She got that.
Yeah.
Got through that.
But anyway, yeah, and then we already talked about our squirrels. So other than that, the phone lines are open.
The phone lines are open. It's 317-239-9393. If you're watching us on the YouTube, we're enjoying the commentary. The Waltons had endless storylines. That's from Libertarian Dragon, and that's true. Whereas Little House on the Prairie, it was always somebody was getting beaten up by the bad guys. And
What? Somebody was always getting beaten up by the bad guys. That's what you
okay,
think
the
Little
bad
House on
guys
Prairie
were
was.
the kids of the shopkeeper. Okay.
Oh, she's talking about Nellie.
Gosh,
He's talking about Nellie.
Stories. There were so many stories. There were blizzards. There were grasshoppers.
Oh, hey,
there
real
was
quick,
meth.
you went to you went to Greenfield a couple weeks ago, and some of the actors were there. How was
Alonzo
that?
was there. It was fantastic. They stood for them. They seriously signed autographs and took pictures for 6 hours, and then had dinner.
And which actors were there?
Ma was there.
It was Almanzo. It was Ma Ingalls, and then it was also Nellie Olson.
Oh.
And it was did it for a great organization too, a nonprofit, and they came from all over the country to do this. So terrific. Yep.
Nellie Olson, the actress that everybody hated, and she said that didn't she say that everybody just says,
Yeah,
"I
still
hated you
hates
as a
her.
child."
Yeah.
Aww.
Still hates her.
Oh well.
She did her job well then.
She was the Eddie Haskell of her generation. All right, it's the Home and Garden Show. When we come back, we'll be taking some of your phone calls. 317-239-9393, and we're going to have this taste test of some very famous tomatoes from Bedford, Indiana, right here on 93 WIBC. Well, here we are in the third hour already of the Home and Garden Show. Here on Saturday, September 20th. A couple days we'll be in the fall weather. Another month we're going to have the fall back when the clocks change.
I can't wait for that.
Sooner than later we're going to have the turkey and Santa Claus and the baby Jesus. Man, the year's going by. Look at this. We are brought to you by the Michaelis Corporation. Water, storms, fire, and wet basement. Life happens. Michaelis happens to help you through it. It's 844.
I did not like that one.
I don't know.
It's a
Are they
different
paying
voice
for this?
altogether.
But I appreciate they're all a little different.
Here's the thing. Michaelis' name is being remembered. That's for sure.
I do remember Richard calling him one time. He said he kind of liked it, so I'm going to keep doing it.
That's going to do it. Ethan Patterson's on the board, fresh back from getting married last Friday, a week ago Friday. Jack Phipps is in from Allisonville Home and Garden. Terry's here. Terry, you're a delight. Thanks for coming in. I know it's extra work for you, and then Allison Lemons, who has a guest to introduce to us. Allison?
Yeah, so each year, it's kind of been a tradition now. We've been doing a tomato taste test. So I have a source down in Bedford, Indiana. It's
Whoa. A source?
A source, a garden expert lady.
She's
really
like a
just my
dealer.
brother-in-law's mother, but
okay.
she's amazing at gardening, and she gave us probably the first time 13 different tomatoes to try, different varieties. So each year we've been trying different tomatoes and checking in with her about the growing season. And this year, I think we all know it was a little more rough this year, but she was still able to bring out 5 for us to try. So we're going to try those later on in the show and talk to her a little bit right now. So Hi, Donna. How's it going?
Hey, it's going great. How are you guys?
Good. I think the first thing I'd like to remind listeners how big your garden really is. Will you kind of paint a picture of what your garden looks like?
It's about 40 by 60, and so it's got all kinds of veggies and flowers. And this year for my birthday, my husband bought me a 7.5-foot deer fence. Oh my gosh, it's the best.
It's been a game
I don't have to worry
changer.
about those dumb deer.
That didn't sound very affectionate.
No,
I don't think most gardeners do.
So how many varieties of tomatoes did you plant this year? And then how would you describe this season where you are in Bedford?
I'm telling you, back in February, I was all smiles. I was planting new varieties for you guys. I was seriously thinking, they're going to love trying these. Yeah, there was a disaster this year.
Was it disease or was it just too much heat and too much water?
Just all that rain and rain we had, and then it got so hot, and they just did terrible.
Wow. I'm sorry. Yeah. So do you have...
Part of it.
I really am. All right. So do you can tomatoes? Do you make sauces? Do you make...
Yeah, I usually do, but I've only canned salsa twice and diced tomatoes once, and that's just... Usually I have a ton of them, but not this year.
I understand you retired from teaching. Did you retire?
Yes.
And are you a new woman?
Oh my gosh, yes.
Oh my gosh. Do you have special fertilizer? Terry, a couple weeks ago, interviewed a fellow from up by Fort Wayne who set the world record for sunflowers.
I saw that.
He has a very special concoction, and I think it's of fish guts for his fertilizer. I'm not positive.
He won't tell the secret.
He won't.
Shouldn't because
it
was the world record.
Okay.
My secret, we live here in Springville next to the Springville feeder auction, and I've got a free source of cow manure, so every fall
that's cool.
We coat the garden, so it's great.
There is a place up in, I think it's Wisconsin, might be Minnesota, called the Ringer Corporation, and they have learned how to make fertilizer out of bird feathers. And, of course, there's a big slaughterhouse up there for turkeys. And I've always wondered what the different components might be for vegetables versus greens. Jack, you got any ideas about that one?
No, I can honestly say that I don't.
You've never thought of that.
Yeah. So do you still have tomatoes on the vine right now?
I do. Yeah, there's a few, but... Not a whole lot.
We have one that's about the size of a soccer ball in here. It's got a great big whelp on the side of it.
It's massive.
That's the goat bag.
That's the goat bag?
Yeah, those
that's
are always
my husband's favorite.
Really? All right, so does he get tired of eating tomatoes?
Oh, my God.
No.
How could you?
No. Well,
those are perfect sandwich tomatoes.
This one that I'm holding?
The one that you're holding.
Goat bag?
The goat bag.
How did they come up
and
with
the goat bag
names?
is an heirloom variety, isn't it?
Right.
Yeah. All right. So how many different varieties did you do this year?
Oh, I did about 20 different varieties, but you wouldn't know that from my garden this year.
So how many actually you think turned out okay?
Probably about 15 of them. It's just they would only give me a tomato or two. It's not like, no bumper crop this year.
Gotcha. Oh, they're all sniffing the tomato.
I want to try the goat bag. I'm not lying. I want to try this big, giant goat bag.
I don't want to published that Terry Stacy's sniffing a goat bag.
Well, I'm not
tomato.
alone. Jack said, "Give me a hit."
So, all right. So
We're gonna try them all. We're gonna try them all.
I can't thank you enough for doing this because a lot of these varieties we've never heard of. Now, do you do the traditional heirlooms like Cherokee Purple and those?
Right.
Yeah.
I tried one of those. I didn't get any. It just kind of withered up and died. Yeah, I tried a new one, Abe Lincoln, this year, and that poor thing, it just died before it. But yeah, it was terrible.
A lot of
Sorry,
serious,
Lincoln.
a lot of serious tomato people move their location of their garden. Is your 40 by 60 permanent, or do you move it around every once in a while?
It's permanent, but I'll rotate within, different beds, different years.
So you've got them all planned out with blueprints and
Well, not quite that bad.
Does your husband think you're nuts?
Well, he's usually pretty willing. Yeah.
You're pretty willing.
I'm just amazed at the names of the different tomatoes. How do you, when you're planning, and so many will be, some of our listeners will be planning again in January. They'll start thinking about their gardens. Where do you find your varieties like a goat bag or an Abe Lincoln?
Well, the goat bag I've saved for years, so those I just have. I don't even remember where I got the original one, but like Abe Lincoln was a recommendation from a friend. So lots of times, whatever they like, they're like, "Oh, here, take some seeds," and we'll swap seeds and keep that going.
So when do you start? So you propagate from your own seeds. You keep them year to year.
Yeah.
All right. So when do you start?
Oh, I want to start January 1st, but I make myself wait until February.
Do you have a sunroom, or do you do them in the kitchen on the windowsill?
In our basement, it's south facing, and so I have shelves and grow lights down there.
It's like a whole laboratory.
Wait a minute. If you got grow lights, are you growing dope down there? Are you doing marijuana?
Oh, yeah.
Just the tomatoes.
It's my grow operation is what my kids call it. Yeah.
If I take some of your goat bag seeds that are in this tomato that we're about to eat, what would I do to save them just plant them?
Teach her how to do it, Donna.
Well, you need to let them dry first. So spread them out on a paper towel and get them good and dry for a week or two. And then you just need to keep them like in an envelope, but keep them dry. I just put them in a basement room in an envelope, dry, dark place for the winter.
You don't put them in the frigidaire?
Those I don't. No, some I do.
Yeah.
So I have a question. Like for a flower to save the seed, you have to let the seed dry on the plant. For a tomato, can you harvest it whenever, as long as the fruit's ripe?
Right, yeah, just the ripe fruit and go ahead and cut it open and eat it like normal and just let the seeds dry from that.
Do I wash the seeds?
You can just to kind of get the pulpy stuff off. The goat bag's not going to have a lot of pulpy stuff on them.
Okay.
Here we are talking about a goat bag.
Well,
Donna, you're
really
killing
cool
me
tomato,
here.
and it smells so good right off the vine.
It is good.
So I'm excited about that one. And then it looks like there's the one that is the green and red. Look, another heirloom, I'm assuming.
Is it the black creme?
Yes.
Yes, she said. Allison said yes. Same thing I could do because I'd like to take some of these seeds and that being an heirloom, these being heirlooms, just do the same thing. Kind of wash them off a little bit, put them in an envelope, and put them in the basement until it's time to plant.
Well, you got to dry them. Dry them on a paper towel first.
Donna, let me ask you this. Now, these are like school kids. You know their names because they're labeled when they first come to school. If I were to take these tomatoes that you have, and if I held them up, would you be able to tell which tomato came from which plant?
Well, since I sent only a few, yes. If I had a normal, 20 different ones, there's some that would, the bodacious and the delicious and those, they all start looking quite a bit alike. But I know the location I planted them in my garden. So
I haven't heard the word bodacious since Yosemite Sam. That's unbelievable. Well, listen, thanks for sharing time with us. Guys, you got any more questions for this lovely lady?
I know. I'm so
she's ready to eat.
I'm ready to try them, and I'm ready to save the seeds. I'd like to try to grow them too, Donna.
I do have one last question. I don't think we heard your favorite variety you did this year.
Oh, that's a tough one.
I know it's like picking a favorite kid, but you can...
Right. Well, normally I like the bodacious because they're huge, not as big as the goat bag, but this year they've been tiny, like really small. So this year they've not made my
she's
favorite.
holding it up. It is a little bitty thing.
It is a little guy.
Yeah, just
It looks
It
good though.
is.
It looks like a good tomato still.
It looks like a
Yeah,
3-ball on a billiard plate.
I was almost ashamed of what I sent you this year, but I
Oh,
thought,
don't
well,
be
it
that
is what
way.
it is.
Listen, so this is your
that
first
stuff.
year of retirement coming up. Is that right?
No, this is my second.
Your second year. How'd you survive first
Yes.
year?
Gardening.
Gardening.
That's when the fence happened and everything.
You sound
else.
so young. You don't tell me how old you are, but you sound like you didn't have enough years in teaching. I'm guessing you 35?
Well, once you get to 55, you can take the early retirement.
That's right.
So
Years
I
of
did.
service
Yeah.
in your age. Good for you. Enjoy it.
Yeah,
And,
so
and
I
thanks
just,
for
when
being
my
gracious
husband
to
goes
us.
to work in the morning, I just go out to the garden and just work until, usually lunchtime. So it's like my part-time job.
I love that.
You're amazing. Donna Anderson, all the way from Bedford, Indiana, thank you for sharing your time with us.
Thank you,
And your
Donna.
birthday.
Thank you, guys.
All right.
And we'll let you know what our favorites are. We're getting ready to try them.
Okay.
And you stay out of trouble. Okay.
That's hard to do.
That's hard to do. Thank you, Donna. Yes, Allison, that is fun. Thank you.
Yeah, I know. We always have fun every year. So, I will start washing them. I was a little behind today, so I will start washing them and organizing them, and we'll start taste testing them. And
Have you been tempted to grow any of your own yet? I guess you don't have a spot to.
Allison,
yeah, I don't really have a spot too. And the thing is, growing up around farmers, the nice thing was I didn't have to because everyone just gives you their own stuff. So I've kind of been spoiled in terms of I don't really plant my own stuff anymore.
Oh, that's good.
I need to start doing it though.
I can just see this
I'm surrounded
exchange.
by so many great people.
You're driving down from Hendricks County,
Mhm.
and she's down there in I can't remember Bedford, North Lawrence. She's in Lawrence County.
Mhm.
It's like you exchange like you're doing a drug
Yeah,
deal.
we were in a Sam's Club parking lot.
Meet in the back
and she gave me some brown bags with tomatoes in it.
You gave
Oh,
her some
sure.
cash.
I know it was tomatoes
Yeah.
in those bags. All right, it's the Home and Garden Show. We'll be coming right back. When we come back, it looks like we got Angelo on here, the poorest conservative in Hamilton County, going to join us. And room for your phone call, too, 317-239. Coming up in Craft Corner, it looks like we're going to have a delightful segment with Terry Lynn and Allison. We'll be doing our taste test here in just a second, but we've got to catch up on some phone calls here. We are brought to you by the Michaelis Corporation. Water, storms, fire, wet basements, life happens. Michaelis happens to help you through it. My apologies to the Michaelis Corporation. This is the best we can get on a
Sorry, Michaelis.
Sorry, Michelle. All right, buddy, where's the fire? All right, 844-FIX-INDY, but we're taking your phone calls right now. Why does this always happen? Here I am taking calls in the call screener, and it says Microsoft 365 will update in 29 minutes. Okay, we're not going to do that, but we are going to talk to Angelo. Angelo, my favorite delivery guy, how are you?
All right. I am back at my first stop to pick up stuff and start delivering, but I can make this quick. So yesterday I take it that it was Talk Like a Pirate Day.
Oh, yeah, it was Talk Like a Pirate Day.
And I got a question.
All right.
If you were a poor pirate and you had to have a new car, what would you get?
What would I get if I was a poor pirate? I don't know, Angelo. What type of car would I get if I was a poor pirate?
It would be a Toyota Yar.
Yar. I thought you were going to ask me, what's a pirate's favorite letter?
R.
No, it's the C.
I was just going to say C.
Oh.
Yeah, there you go. Oh,
So if a pirate had lots of money, what kind of car would he buy?
oh, boy. You're really pushing me there, Mr. Conservative. I don't know, Angelo.
A Mercedes.
No, it'd be a GTR.
Angelo, are you drinking?
Yeah, I am fourth place in points at Indy right now, and we got
good job.
two-day weekends left to go. One will be the end of September, I believe, or maybe right before the end of September, and then first part of October.
Good for
and
you.
this is a different car than the one you guys saw. That one I still use, but I have one that's quite a bit quicker and more comfortable, air conditioned, all that stuff.
How often do you have to replace the rear tires?
Actually, on my other car, it's the front ones, the front-wheel drive Horizon.
Okay.
Those tires are going on about 5 years now, even though they're really soft. But the car don't weigh much, and it don't have much power. The other car is an SRT6 Chrysler that has about 366 horsepower out of a 195 cubic inch V6.
Wow.
And
are you running nitro through it, or is it four? Okay.
No.
Two. Okay.
And this is bone stock except the exhaust. And the tires that we put on in April last year, they are almost bald right now.
There you go.
So almost 2 years out of one set.
Angelo, we gotta go, but
Yeah,
thank you, brother.
I do too.
Yeah, you got
All right, have a good one.
You too, brother. You take care. That's Angelo, our what is it? He calls it the poorest conservative in Hamilton County. When we come back, we're going to be talking to Becky. Well, let's just take Becky right now and make him.
Well, yeah. So we have Craft Corner too.
Craft Corner too. Hey, Becky, real quick, what you got?
Denny, I recall listening to you give financial advice. Have you ever considered going back into that business?
I'm still in it, but I do it for. I'm in a consulting business through a company called the Smith Advisory Service, and I deal with business clients now. I've been really fortunate to deal with some really, really cool people who just want perspective of a knucklehead plumber and somebody in finance.
Okay, so the Smith Advisory.
Well, that's it. But my son and I started that practice in 2002. Jane and I retired, and Andy kept going. So you can still reach Andy. Reach out to me, Beck, and I'll get you in touch with Andy if you need something.
Okay. My second question was for Jack, and it's about I would love to have a fresh bay leaves or a laurel tree. Is that carried at any of the places?
Yeah, so in the spring, we'll typically get them like right around Mother's Day when we get some tropicals in. It's not something we come across regularly, but we do tend to get them in, at least once a year right around Mother's Day. There's only one little leaf variety that's hardy here, but if you can keep it in a container and bring it in the garage, we're signing for the winter.
It needs to come in. Okay, so then my other question is similar. I got a precious tree, an olive tree.
Ooh.
Is there any way that can be planted outside? I've had it for 2 years. It's grown a great deal. I would love to be able to put it outside, but would it survive?
No. So unfortunately, it's not used to getting a cold dormancy. So if it gets too cold, it will not recover from that.
Okay. Thank you so much.
Becky, good to talk to you. You take care of yourself. All right, 93 WIBC.
Whoop, 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 whoop.
It's that time of the show, the one we've all been waiting for. We are getting our P's, our T's, our Q's, whatever you cross. We're ready to do it because now, more than ever, we are ready for the
All right, here we go.
Yeah, Craft Corner time. Hey, if you are listening on the radio, we are also broadcasting live on our Facebook page, which is just Home and Garden Indiana. And if you miss it, we will post it later so you can see the chaos that is behind what is Craft Corner.
So we've got 3 people and 2 mics, so you're going to have to bear with us as we go through this.
But I'm excited for this one, Terry, because it's easy and it's very fall.
Yes, it is.
So what are we doing today?
We can narrate it out for you.
That's right. That's correct. Today, well, Allison, you found this one.
I did.
And we found it last minute because we were in just a whole bunch of la.
Yeah.
So she found this one quickly, and we love it. We really do love this one. So basically, this is going to be called, Allison, what?
I would say fall garland.
Fall garland. Jack, what do you love about this one?
I love that it gives you some fall color and a festive look. And I'm guessing leaves gathered from your yard?
That's it.
It's a special touch.
A special touch. So you know what? When you get those leaves, you know I love trees and I love the leaves. And the leaves at my house anyway are starting to turn a bit.
Oh, that's cool. That's a maple.
So they're beautiful. So I have plenty of leaves on the ground, and maybe you do too. Look at that one.
I love that.
I do too. And what you're going to need you're going to need your fall leaves, your autumn leaves. You're going to need some
wax paper.
That's right. Very careful not to do parchment paper.
Correct.
You need wax paper.
And some twine.
Twine and
Scissors
what else?
And an iron.
An iron.
Is that iron hot right now?
We'll find out.
Yeah. I think it is. So basically, and I'll give these each to you. You're going to cut out. You're going to actually find a diamond. Well, how do we describe this?
I'd say a diamond.
You're gonna need a template, and it says a diamond to fold it over to make a flag. Okay, that's your goal. I keep thinking about the people that aren't listening to us.
Yes.
Can't
An
see it.
equilateral triangle.
Right.
All
You're going
sides
to need
of
a
the same.
triangle. Very good. Double-sided triangle. And then basically, you're going to then trace this template on a piece of wax paper. Okay. Once you do that, you're going to cut it out, and you'll end up with this shape, two-sided. Again, your top is going to be your folded area, where your twine is going to create the string that you need to hang the flags, okay, or your flags. Yeah, we'll call them flags. Perfect. Okay, then once you get those cut out, now you're going to take your beautiful fall flowers and you're going to place them in the middle of your wax paper.
So can we do some flowers if we had, say, a pressed flower?
Yeah, if you had
or
some dried flowers. That's a great question, Jack. Thank you for asking on Craft Corner today.
Allison's
Appreciate
getting creative here.
Put your beautiful flowers and your beautiful everything dried, your pressed leaves, which I did press these in books to make them flat. But again, they're already in colors. We have plenty to choose from. Once you get that done, you'll fold over your top of your flag. Also going to run it through your twine. Yep. Put the twine through there if you're watching us. Yep, at the top. Okay. And then you're going to take a towel, or I prefer a towel.
Something to protect something below it.
Yeah, there you go. You're going to place it on top of your newly formed autumn flag. And now you're going to take the hot iron.
I can hear that working.
Did it do that, or did you do that? Who did that sound?
Denny did it.
Oh my gosh, that was so real. It was really a good sound of steam. And it won't take long for these to seal over, for that wax to seal over.
How do you know when they're sealed over, Terry?
Just kind of keep taking a look. That might do it by now.
Okay.
Take it over? Not at all. Not at all. Okay, so let's try again.
Is the iron on?
And again, no.
It's heating.
It's heating. Just lay it on there in the top, right over in this area.
So thanks to that TV magic.
Thanks to the TV magic, Jack.
Wow.
This is what it will turn out to look like.
Now, Libertarian Dragon says that looks like a bikini top.
He's right. I could use this as a bikini top.
It flipped over.
You flipped it over.
You have to do something around your neck,
I'd like to demonstrate that on Jack at the moment, but unfortunately, it's attached over here to our ironing table.
And time is limited.
Here we
I'd hate
go.
to take away.
And not yet. Okay, so basically, it doesn't take long.
It might be too thick of a towel.
This might be too thick of a towel. But Allison, if I may,
go ahead.
Doing this quickly, just a little bit. Oh, we've got it on kind of low, but that's okay. We're just going to kind of go over it a little bit. No, we don't want to have a fire. No, we don't need a fire.
Ladies and gentlemen of the studio audience.
We can just pretend we did that.
Just pretend like you did that.
But
one.
again, it's sealing the edges from the wax.
Exactly.
There you
and
go.
melts the wax together.
It doesn't take long. It seals, and then when this hangs in front of a window or a fireplace,
like a little sun
you'll maybe have 5 of these up here. These are so pretty. They really are pretty, and I hope you'll give it a try. Again, we call this the
fall banner.
The fall banner. That's it.
Garland.
This is our craft corner for the day.
Wow, that's really pretty cool.
Especially,
Jack, here you go. Try
so
this
flip it on the other side.
Look how great my pattern would have been had.
Let's go. Let's give it a try, Jack. Let's give it a try. So this is it for Craft Corner. Very simple. These are things you have in your own backyard, except the twine, of course, unless you're growing that. But you've got your wax paper. You've got your beautiful fall flowers or your beautiful fall leaves. You're going to simply make them into this fantastic banner that will really look. We've got this garland, fall garland that will look really pretty in your house, and very easy and inexpensive. Yeah. All you need is an iron.
I'm going to do this when I go home.
Okay, Jack. I think that
I
sounds
bet
great.
he does. Our special thanks to Ethan Patterson, our videographer for today. And that's it for Craft Corner.
Well, it's hot.
Terry Stacy, Allison Lemons, and Jack Phipps.
I'm starting to really sweat.
Way to go, guys.
The
All
iron's
right.
heating up.
Okay, that's it.
Okay.
That was great,
You can take a
Terry.
break.
I really liked it.
I like, you found a good one. Thank you. Thank you for finding a good
This
one.
is
for us today.
informative,
Vamping so
too.
Ethan can get back to the board.
Yeah. Okay. We are. There we go. We're done?
Okay.
We're
Well,
off.
taking your phone calls, 317-239-9393. Give us a call.
Okay, go,
Get on
Jack.
board.
Keep going.
317-239-9393.
You do it.
Hey Donna from Bedford, grab a seat, let's go. We're about to make a splash with tomatoes in the show. Juicy, ripe, and oh so bold. Taste test adventures, stories to be told. Tomato trials, laughing all the while. Donna's here, making us smile from vine to plate. It's a fruity fate. Let's get saucy. It's time to taste. Slice them up or just bite right in. Every tomato's got a cheeky grin. Red and round or funny shaped. Donna's the star, no need to escape. Tomato trials, laughing all the while. Donna's
So
here,
cute, Ethan.
making us smile from
All of that's by Ethan Patterson and our favorite AI people.
AI DJ Ethan Patterson.
Our thanks to Donna Anderson from, is that right, Donna Anderson?
Anderson from Bedford, Indiana.
Bedford,
She
Indiana.
supplies our tomatoes each year. So, Donna, I will be sending you that song because it's officially your theme song. But
Hopefully she's listening.
during the break, we tasted all of the variety she brought us. So she brought us 4 different ones, and then we have also a plethora of
So
Little
let's
cherries.
Cherry tomatoes as well.
So we had goat bag, we had bodacious.
persimmon and black creme. So I guess I will say the
So-
first one was black creme, so it's a little darker and it's more green. I will say that was maybe my favorite.
That was my number one. Okay.
Yeah.
That was my number 3.
Okay.
I mean, it was flavor, but the problem is you're eating these tomatoes, and by the time you get to, you're on 1, and by the time you get to number 3 or 4, you can't remember what the other ones were.
Yeah, and then so number 2 was bodacious, and that's the one she said usually come out really big and bodacious.
Bodacious
but they were
was my number-
they
that
were
was
like
my number
a
2.
little smaller, but they were. I would say that was a very traditional, like if you went to the grocery store, that's what a tomato would
Yeah,
taste like.
that's what it tastes like.
So it was good.
Greenhouse grown tomato.
Yes, exactly. It was very like perfect. Number 3 was more of a yellow orangey, and that's called a persimmon tomato. And I think Terry, that was Terry's favorite.
I did like that one a lot.
That was my number 2.
Number 2.
That was my number 2 as well.
That was my number 3. I
getting there.
like the big sandwich tomatoes.
I would say it was a little sweeter than the other ones. I would say.
Black creme was.
I thought
that
it'd
was
be
one
good
I didn't like.
with some mozzarella for
Oh,
a little tomato
yes.
salad
And a little bit of
Yes.
salt and pepper.
Ooh.
I bet it make
And
a
then
good
the last one was the big boy, the goat bag, and I mean that thing was meaty and hearty.
That was
I
a
had
1
high
pound
hopes
tomato.
with the name, and there's nothing wrong with it. It was a great tomato.
I just had higher expectations. I was really excited about that one. I wanted to save the seeds of that one. Is that an heirloom? No, that one's not an heirloom.
Is it, Jack?
Bag?
Yes, it is.
It is an heirloom.
But yeah, that
didn't turn out to
that
be
was
my
your favorite
favorite.
though, Danny, wasn't it?
It really was.
Big meaty.
You've got some paper. If you don't have any envelopes, just get the seeds out. We'll dry them out before we leave with just paper towels and just write down what they are. But I think you can grow them, Terry.
I'm going to try. I think that'd be fun to grow tomatoes from seeds. I've never done that.
But it's funny. I feel like usually every year we're pretty on the same track, but this year we're kind of all over the place.
Crazy all
But
over
yeah,
the place.
they were really good. So thank you, Donna. And I will be sending you that song as well.
All right, 239-9393 as we get ourselves undiscombobulated here. We're going to talk to Tom here. Southside Tom, how are you?
Hey, good morning, Denny. Long time no talk, but always anxious to talk with all you fine people.
Hey, you Southsiders, you get on down to Miss M's Home and Garden down there off of 135 because they've got this big open house today. Lots of giveaways, lots of fun. You can take Diane and go on down there.
No, you've seen us down there, so you know
yeah.
we're good customers down there. I've got a quick comment, then I got a question, strangely enough, about what we good Hoosiers call tormators.
Tormators.
Yeah, that's the way to say it, folks. University of Indianapolis, big event. They got homecoming down there today, several events, and they got a big game at 6 p.m. tonight. So all you Greyhound fans, come on down and join us down there. We're going to be there, and it's going to be terrific. So join us. Let's cheer for the Greyhounds. By the way, they're 2-1 right now on the record, so they're doing very fine. Now we lead to a question real quick. You're talking about maters. This has been a raunchy year for our tomatoes, and we understand the love of other people. And one of the things we're wondering about is fertilizing. And does lime help tomatoes grow? Because we've had trouble with spindly plants and hardly any fruit whatsoever on them. And is there a schedule, and is there recommended fertilizers or something we can put in soil around our garage?
I would stick to the Miracle-Gro with the calcium in it. I don't know if I've ever heard of putting lime on tomatoes.
I have not.
I would definitely want to do some research before you do that, Tommy.
Okay, but Miracle-Gro is always a good one. And
Miracle-Gro with the calcium, yes.
And Denny, you made a suggestion a couple of years ago about planting them halfway.
Mm-hmm.
That seemed to have worked out for us. If nothing else, I think the drought this year we've had this year and many other, and also we're having trouble with bees, and we're going to plant more flowers next year that draw bees.
What Tom is talking about is when we plant a tomato, it comes in its own grow cup, and a lot of people just want to put it in there. No, take the grow cup off and plant it almost all the way up, get as much of that stem into the ground as possible, because it's a vine, and that gives it a great root ball, and we'll also get plenty of moisture to the plant. So, well, Tom, thanks for calling.
Good advice. Oh, by the way, Denny.
Yes, sir.
You mentioned the vine. We want to have divine tomatoes.
Divine.
There we go.
I see what you did there, Southside Tom. Hey, buddy, thanks for calling, and give your wife our best. Well, there you go, the Home and Garden Show. We're going to be taking a lot of calls in this next hour, so if you've got questions, we're also going to be reviewing some, we're going to ask the studio audience, which is Allison, Terry, and Jack, along with Ethan, what their favorite plumbing product is, and I'm going to give you a brief history of what plumbing. I know it's boring.
Never
Listen,
thought this day would come.
If you do not want to hear about
it's my favorite
plumbing,
first date question.
Oh my gosh.
then you better pick up the phone and call 317-239-9393.
I'm just worried which one I'm going to pick.
Right.
Yeah. Well, here's your choices: toilets, garbage disposers, aerators, or P-traps.
So are we picking ones that we like emotionally connect to, or ones that we find spiritual?
Just questions you might have. See, plumbers have to learn the history of all these things. And I thought we might have a time when we didn't have any callers, and I was just going to ask you pick one of these, and I was going to tell you some interesting facts about them.
Is it a disposal or a disposer?
We will talk about that. That's one of
Because
the.
I've always called it a garbage disposal.
We will. It dispose all is what it is. And that is, we're going to ruin this. I'm not going to. I'm not spilling my candy in the audience.
You said disposer, and so I just thought, maybe I've been
I can
saying
see
it
what
wrong.
we're talking about when we come back.
Okay.
My parents used to call me that.
What?
Garbage disposal.
Garbage disposal. That's when you're in your growth spate. It's the Home and Garden Show. We're brought to you by the Michaelis Corporation. Thanks for listening. Pat will be back next week. Right now, he's stuck in a terror sequence over in Ireland.
He's fine. He's in a bar.
93 WIBC. Boy, those 3 hours of radio went by pretty quick. Home and Garden Show, brought to you by the Michaelis Corporation. Water, storms, fire, and wet basement. Life happens. Michaelis happens to help you through it.
You went
Give him a call.
fast.
Yeah, 844-FIX-INDIE. I know I was looking over at you. You're half asleep there. All right, so we have a question for the studio audience, for those of you listening. I hope you'll give us a call, 317-239-9393. Jack has a friend who is trying to put together a moving Christmas tree, and I'm assuming it's a rotating Christmas tree.
Yeah, so it was. So it's actually for Pumpkin Town.
Oh, okay.
It's going in one of our vignettes. The bakery's getting an update, but we're trying to do a spinning big cake stand. But we had an old-fashioned Christmas tree stand that would rotate. This big wood platform. It's got to be 30 years old at this point. So it's loud and it's not really running as it should.
Okay, so you're wanting to know, we're assuming 120 volts.
Yep.
How do we set this up? It's basically a cake platform that would spin.
Yep.
How do we make the platform spin?
So it's a 30-inch by half-inch, tier, and there's 4 of those with some dowel rods going all the way up. So we just a little bit.
Yeah.
So
you guys are so noisy today between Allison and their paper bags and.
I am across the studio. I was trying to clean up.
Oh,
I'm
my
sorry. I didn't
gosh.
realize we were.
These sounds are fine.
Yeah, I think.
Sorry, everyone.
The only spinning
I'll
tree
stop.
stands we can find are for artificial trees, where you put pole right down in that kind
But
of
100-pound
stand.
spinning tree, that's a lot.
Yeah.
That's a lot. You know who might be able to figure this out? It would be a farmer.
Yeah.
Honest to goodness. So if you got any ideas, give Jack a call. We'll take it. Take calls here, 317-239-9393. Hey, Jack, a couple weeks ago, we got a chance to go to a place called Nature Spire.
Yes.
And Nature Spire, they specialize in a lot of different things. They're on Rangeline Road, about 421 or 400 South Rangeline Road. And we got to do the broadcast there, but we saw all of these living walls. And you had mentioned that you knew a little bit about the living walls.
Yeah.
But there are some pretty... Allison?
Okay, that was a mic stand.
Sure, it was a mic
And
stand. Have you got gas?
I just feel like I can't move in the studio without
Not
causing
today.
mass disruption. I'm so sorry.
Anyway, Jack and I were talking.
I'm the producer.
Yeah, you produce all these sounds, audio engineer. But we were talking about all these living walls that are very famous. There's the famous living walls that were from Babylon, the Hanging Gardens of Babylon. Those are written up in the Bible and everything. But where would we go here if we wanted to see really special living walls? Where can we find stuff like that here in America?
Yeah, America, I think it's a little harder to find. You can find little installments like the places that Nature Spire is setting up. I know I can't think of one off the top of my head.
Our
nearby.
cousins were in from Australia. Jane's got a cousin that lives in Australia. She's a educator over there. And she was telling us about the Central Park in Sydney, Australia, and all the things that they have there. It's a residential skyscraper, but it's famous for its vertical gardens that just sort of hang down.
I love that.
Doesn't it sound cool?
Yeah.
It would be really nice to be able to do that here, but of course we've got the change in seasons, and they're not so tropical.
No, but then I did see the airport in Singapore, over 10,000 square meters of green walls.
I've heard about it. I have not seen it.
No, neither have I, but that would be worth a trip just to go walk through that airport.
You know what? We ought to get a hold of the gals at Nature Spire and see if we can figure out a place we can do something like that.
That would be really cool.
Indiana needs this. And I tell you what, the folks at Newfields should
if
would
they don't already
jump all over that.
Would love to see a first green wall installation at Allisonville.
Yeah.
That honestly, I did think of that. That would be perfect in the Maggie's restaurant.
We thought if like Maggie's, we could have some of the herbs that they're using on the wall.
Oh yeah, that would be very cool.
Because you can even do little crops.
You know who is an absolute expert on vertical green walls? Is JMV.
That's what I was gonna say.
John, can you help us out here? Yeah, garden walls. Yeah. How are you, man?
They're very important to me. Normally, they come with pergolas, right? Pergolas are the things that fit in your yard that have a hole in the roof.
There is a really nice Italian restaurant right about 75th and Keystone. I can't remember the name of it, but they have this beautiful pergola with all of these growing vines on top of it, and it actually cools down the residents when they're in there eating in the afternoon. It's really pretty nice.
Don't you? You have to have that, though, because if you have a pergola, why would you not just go ahead and put the roof on it to get the shade? Because you don't have the vines. I've never understood the whole pergola thing.
I've got a hot backyard, and I just use a big umbrella. But anyway, what's going on with you, John?
I'm sitting in the Meyer parking lot in Greenwood, getting ready to go in. I'm going to talk to you guys and going to have a heck of a weekend. Got some big games going on.
I guess.
Allison and everybody.
I think that Purdue's going to get a butt whooping up in South Bend just because the 0-2 Irish, they've got to take it out on somebody. And why not the Boilermakers?
Yeah, I would imagine you're probably going to be right about that, Denny. But I will say this. It looked like they made strides. I thought last week against USC was kind of a gauge, and it was at home. It was delayed with the weather, and they lost. But, yeah, they're probably in the crosshairs of something that you got the potential of being ugly in South Bend, Denny, this afternoon. What about Illinois and IU and Bloomington tonight?
You know,
what a weekend in Bloomington.
that is going to be a game. I have never seen anybody so focused as Signetti. We haven't seen that type of coaching in Indiana for a long, long time. But do you talk about a guy that has single mind focus towards winning? It's Signetti. He is very impressive to me.
And he has shown those results, too, at least in the first year, in the first 3 games of year number 2. This is going to be different than the first 3, though, certainly. Illinois is a good team, and got a couple of quarterbacks that have similar numbers, and, one team defensively that may look better than the other, and Illinois over IU, but an IU offense should be fun down there today. I just think about the weekend in Bloomington where you have a good football team and a late night matchup on prime time like this. It doesn't get much better.
And for the students,
like
beautiful weather for the students. I can't tell you. In 1970, I was a member of the card section, and we would program the card section, which was 30 seats by 50 feet, and 1,500 kids sitting there, and we would put up these different designs for all the people on the other side. And I can remember sitting through the worst weather in the world, and Coach Pont was the coach at that time. But I just remember miserable weather there. I mean, we maybe had in an 8-12 season run, we had probably had 4 or 5 home games, and 2 of them would be good, and 3 of them would be so rotten you just wanted to crawl into a hole. So the weather's going to be perfect for him tonight.
September, to me, has the best weather of any month, and it's like a mixture of what we love about summer and a mixture of what you love about fall. And I think that's everybody around here, their 2 favorite seasons, and I think it's a good mixture of that, and that's what September brings, really, from start to finish. Weather's always great.
You ask 1,000 people what their favorite season is, it'll either be spring or fall. Less than 5% are going to say winter or summer because it's either bloody hot or too cold.
I love the summer combination in September with fall. That's why, like right now, if you don't have a heater on your pool, if you have a heater on your pool, you're great because you can keep that going until October. But if you don't have a heater, your water's probably been heating up a little bit because of the temps. And you're probably still able to use it, trying to at least do as much as you can and keep summer alive.
Winter's coming, John.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. What's up tonight? We had Fulton on earlier, and he was promoting your show, but tell us what you see coming.
We got a lot of 80s tonight. I was thinking about you, Denny, because I know you're a person that loves the crossover country to pop of the early 80s.
That's when it really, John, if you go back historically, that's when country started to become a little bit more rock and roll and started to come into its own. And I think that's when a lot of us who have come to enjoy country, that's when it took place. Because other than that, it was just cowboy music.
It was. And I thought, Urban Cowboy, that soundtrack and that film, I think, brought more country music like that into the mainstream. But yeah, from Charlie Daniels Band to the Oak Ridge Boys to Alabama, Ronnie Millsap, Eddie Rabbitt, just so many incredible country crossovers that in the early 80s you had. So yeah, we'll do a lot of that, a lot of 80s music later on tonight, celebrate the 1970s a little bit, and have a heck of a night when there's a lot going on, because I think there's even wrestling going on. WrestlePalooza is at the Fieldhouse tonight.
Oh, that's right.
That's right.
Yeah.
Hey,
John Cena's in town. So,
you've got people from all over the country listening to you. Where are your regular listeners? What's the farthest they're contacting you?
Well, I get Southern California. Jim McCann is a great listener to the afternoon show, and then Saturday night. Southern California, South Dakota, Josh. There's a girl, I think their name's Amber from Vermont. I'll get calls from New York. I'll get calls from Florida, Tennessee, Arkansas. There's a guy that lives in Austin, Texas that will call up and prop up the Longhorns and then drop in a request. So, yeah, it goes. I think Denny dropped it into maybe a Facebook page or something once upon a time and said, hey, if you love old school radio, this is the show to listen to. And I think it's kind of grown some nationwide listenership.
Well, we sure listening to it. Starts at 6 tonight and goes to exhaustion.
Yeah, until I'm tired and go home. But I will say this, the Colts on the road, it's much easier. I'll play a little hoop at Southport in the morning, go in, do a little 2-hour pregame show from 10 until noon, and then go back home. So,
okay.
Yeah, I like it.
One last question before we let you go.
Yeah.
We're up at a break here. How are you calling it, Tennessee or the Colts?
I picked the Colts. I think the Colts are going to be 3-0. They better be 3-0. I don't want the goodwill to be broken down after this 2-0 start. You got to beat a Tennessee team on the road, and it's been fun so far. 3-0, the Colts will go.
You heard it here second, John. Here you can hear it on John's show every weekday afternoon. John, thanks for joining us, buddy.
You got it, guys. Have a great weekend.
Yeah, you too now. JMV, hey, when we come back, we've got a couple callers. Got somebody with an idea on this Christmas tree challenge that Jack has come up with to keep a Christmas tree moving. You're listening to the Home and Garden Show, 93 WIBC. Home and Garden Show's taste test is over. One of my old buddies, Todd Scoggins, writes, intelligence is knowing that tomato is a fruit. Wisdom is knowing that you do not put them in a fruit salad. Yeah. And I did not know the pH of tomatoes is about 6.8. Got that from a buddy, too.
Interesting.
Yeah. And Allison has just gotten a video of one of our farmer friends down in Decatur. I think it's Decatur County. He's harvesting his beans, and he's listening to the Home and Garden Show. So, Brian, thank you, brother. It's nice to know that we make it all the way down there.
We were talking off air. It's funny because on radio, you don't really think about who's listening where. Like you just assume,
what
okay,
they're doing,
you just assume, I'm like, okay, people are probably like, running errands, probably putting us in and out, which we love, calling when they can. But then when we get videos of people listening to us out in the wild, it's fun to remember, like, oh, we really are.
Are you going to post that one?
Yes, I will. So he was, that farmer, he was just harvesting this morning.
It's Brian Kirchner, wife Mary, and longtime listeners, and just great people.
Cool to share a Saturday morning with them.
Yeah.
All right, let's see if we can get Jack some help on this Christmas tree. Hey, Chuck, how are you?
Oh, not too bad, Danny. How's everybody doing today?
Life's good. Can't complain.
Okay, I did this about 30 years ago. Now, I hope I got this right there. You want to spin a wedding cake, right?
Yeah, basically a large, heavy wooden cake.
100-pound cake. Yeah.
Okay, that's not a problem. Easy fix. Find yourself an old aluminum pizza pan.
Okay.
Make 3 wedges at the bottom so you can screw the screws at the bottom of the
pizza pan?
Christmas tree stand.
Oh, okay.
And it will hold, because matter of fact, I put a 100-pound ice sculpture on one.
Oh, okay.
Oh, wow.
And it worked out beautifully.
All right. So how did you motorize it to make it move? What did you do there, Chuck?
I had an old revolving Christmas tree stand.
So same thing.
Okay.
And then just use that pizza pan to kind of hold it up.
Yeah,
that's smart.
That's not a bad idea. Yeah. Hey, Chuck.
Yeah.
Yes.
Chuck, you're all right. Thanks for calling us, man.
Okay, guys. Take care.
All right.
Thank
We'll see you
you.
later. I love our listeners.
Well, that's a great idea.
Animatronics, that started off in Walt Disney World, where they started making things move and making things turn. And I got a chance to go to a conference once. The guy they called them Imagineers. Yeah. And I can just see you guys up there. Is that what they still call them?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Well, I can just see you guys up at the Pumpkin Fest and say, hey, Pumpkin Town, how do we make this shake and waddle?
We want that ghost to float up and down.
Yeah, that.
Oh, you have a
cool.
ghost.
It's hard, though.
Yeah.
It's simple motions. It's just trying to figure out.
Yeah, not very many of us went to Purdue.
You want him to float, like just float.
Yeah, we have a few ideas, a few trials we're working on.
Have you guys seen the new, what I'm going to call candles? It reminded me a little bit of Harry Potter, that the candles float, and then you have a remote control to turn them on, and a very thin monofilament line comes out of the top of it, and you tie it off, but you cannot see that line.
At all, no.
And so you hit your remote control, and they can make them flicker and everything. It's just stunning, and people are using these for Halloween.
So we want to do that, but we want to take it one step further, where all those candlesticks are floating up and down.
Oh, no, see, that's going to take the Purdue guy. That's going to take the Purdue guy. Hey, if you got something you want to share with us, it's 317-239-9393. And we have good news for you. Pat is off the tarmac. He has found the bar. And he sent us a picture he's got his...
And next week, he is going to tell us the story because he was giving us step-by-step updates. And We did not believe him at first.
Well,
It sounded like a horrible travel nightmare.
How
so.
many Sullivans can there be in Ireland? A billion, right?
We'll just leave it at that.
Yeah,
but
but-
yeah, he'll fill us in next week. But he is now safely in Ireland at a bar where he belongs.
Where he belongs.
Where he feels at home.
Terry, give us a little bit of a preview of what's coming up on the first day tomorrow.
Tomorrow on the first day. Oh, Denny, please. Let me think a minute.
Uh-oh.
Okay, so tomorrow is obviously the Fever will be playing here. Fever, unbelievable. I mean, truly for me, I did not believe they would make it to this.
I thought they were
next
cashed
step.
out. And they've
I
got
did
a
too.
tough gig in Las Vegas here.
I think
there.
it's fantastic. I mean, we all know about Caitlin Clark and how we thought that was that's our gal. But this team is doing
Leah
very well
Boston,
without her.
Kelsey Mitchell, they're all doing great.
They're doing great, and I hope people realize that. I hope they do focus. You know that Caitlin Clark, yes, she's a superstar and she's amazing, but this team is doing pretty well, and farther than I thought they would go. But they're doing great, and so
Yes.
tomorrow we'll hear that on WIBC at 3:00. I believe that game starts 2:45, 3:00. But until then, we will talk about the Fever. We will talk about obviously the Colts have a game tomorrow. It is the World Miniature Golf Day. And this was I was just doing nostalgia. That's all. I wanted to take a trip down memory lane. Does anybody remember Rustic Gardens? Rustic Gardens is still around nearly 100 years later.
Oh, my
right
God.
here in Indianapolis. So we'll talk to the
So
owner.
talk to him?
Yep. And what else do we have? Oh, my gosh, I have to think. MasterChef is coming here. MasterChef is coming here to Indianapolis for a fun event, and we will talk to a dynamic duo that are a part of the show.
You're a sports fan, always have been. Do you think Stephanie White deserves Coach of the Year?
Coach of the Year?
She has rotated that team. I mean, it's changed 4
Perhaps.
and 5
Maybe she
times.
should be Coach of the Year. I don't know.
I'm surprised she hasn't pulled her hair
I
out.
would vote for her.
Well, of course.
She's amazing. She's amazing, but the team is amazing.
All right,
She's put together a good team.
That's tomorrow morning, 11 o'clock. It's the first day. And we're taking your phone calls here. Give us a call, 317-239-9393, 317-239-9393. And again, if you got any engineering tack at all, we're trying to get about a 100-pound Christmas tree on a platform to spin. If you can figure out how to help us get that motorized, by golly, we'll put you right to the front of the pack. It's the Home and Garden Show on 93 WIBC. Show, Allison Lemons, Terry Stacy, Jack Phipps, Ethan Patterson. I want to give a shout out to Ethan's family, who we finally all got to meet. So Grandpa Doug, Grandma Judy, Aunt Sarah, and his Mama Jess. I never did get a chance to meet your dad. Did he show up at the wedding?
Yeah, he was there. He was disappointed he didn't get to see you guys. He texted me after the wedding, and he's like, I'm so mad. And I was like, what could you possibly be mad about right now? I just got married. And he was like, I totally spaced saying hi to them. He was like, it was right after the ceremony, and I couldn't find him. So
now,
that was his one
I
regret.
thought for sure I did meet him, but you got a lot of family.
Yeah, you
I
do
do.
have a lot.
I do.
And
Mhm.
they're still claiming you, which is so interesting.
Yeah, I think they're more happy about claiming Heather, but they're still claiming me too.
Speaking of Heather, that was on her side of the family. There was an old cowboy that came in, had a black handkerchief hanging out of his back pocket,
Mhm.
just cute as he could be. Who was that?
Stepdad.
Stepdad. Handsome guy.
Gail, he is the cowboy of the family. I picked a cowboy hat up in Nashville when I went that I'll never wear, that I wore for like 10 seconds at the wedding again. And he informed me the tips and tricks to handling it, like not setting it down on its brim and things
Set
like
it
that.
upside down.
That's a real cowboy.
He let me know. I was scared.
All right, Jason or Ethan, since you are the new man of the house, I'm going to give you 4 plumbing fixtures, and you're going to tell me which one you want to learn about. Okay?
He's answering the phones
Oh, he's
right
saying,
now.
all right. So I'll go to Jack. Jack, you're the old man of the house here. Toilets, garbage disposers, aerators, or P-traps.
I think I'm most interested in the garbage disposer.
All right, Terry was right.
Disposer or disposal?
That's a first
Interesting.
question.
The disposal is what we used to call it because that was a patented name by GE, and GE made the first garbage disposer that was available to us as people. Garbage disposals have been around in commercial kitchens a lot longer, but then they figured out that the garbage cans. Did you guys ever have garbage in a garbage can as a kid?
Garbage in a garbage can? You mean in our home?
Yeah,
Inside the house?
no, outside the house. At the
Oh,
old
sure.
metal trash cans like we use for trash can church.
yeah.
Yeah, before we had plastic bags.
Sure.
And we would drop our garbage in the
Yep.
garbage can. It was filthy. It was ugly. The maggots
Oh,
would
the
come
smell.
in.
You can
the
smell it if
smell
you
was,
think about it for a minute.
It would gag a maggot.
Yeah.
And I can still remember at scout camp when I worked in the kitchen, I had to clean it. And then those great big brushes on long wooden handles, that's what they're used for, is cleaning those out. So the garbage disposal came about, and it was sort of a project with the United States military and General Electric. So GE came up with this, and they thought, to hell with the military. We want to put this in every house, because think how it would change sanitation in and around. They all grew up with the garbage cans out in the alley and the smell. So they named it the garbage disposal. And then after 25 years, you lose your patent rights to disposal, the name disposal. So a lot of people used it. There were a lot of lawsuits. But now the term that we all use is garbage disposal.
Disposer.
Disposer. Very few people are like Terry that remember it back then. All right, Terry Lynn. P-traps, aerators, or toilets?
P-trap, aerators, or toilets.
toilet.
This is I don't know what the P-trap is. Interesting. And the other one, I'm going to choose toilets.
Toilets. Toilets have come a long way. Toilet was the last fixture to be brought into the house. And it was because, of fecal matter, and people could not. We always used pots, the chamber pots. People would poop and pee in the pot, and then once a day, somebody who was hopefully
What
not.
an awful job.
What an awful job
gosh.
is right. And they would wash them out in the outhouse with a bucket of water and let them down there. So the toilet came along, and it was the last one. But they had so many iterations of the toilet that did not work. And the reason they didn't work is because they couldn't get the water table to come up to a certain level. The water that's in the toilet. And so it was like going in a bucket, and you still had all the smell and everything, and they couldn't control the smell. So then some genius came up, well, let's do it with china instead of metal, because the early toilets were all made of metal. But then they learned that they had to, in order to get the water table up so high, they had to bring the trap up in the back so that water would stay in the bowl, so that you could splash instead of get, racing stripes or I know those streaks in there. It's crazy how they did this, but little by little. Now, have you ever noticed that when you flush the toilet, it doesn't just go whoosh like this?
Uh-huh.
It swirls around?
Yeah, swirling.
Yeah, you know how that was done?
Or why it was done.
Why it was done?
It was done to
clean out the bowl.
swirl the load.
That's right. It's swirl the load. I'll quote you, the load.
Right.
It was genius because they turned it over to when they make the china, when they put it in the oven, it actually shrinks about 20%. So there's all this engineering and stuff. And one of the guys said, hey, instead of making those jets that come out under the rim or from the very bottom of the trap, let's put them at an angle. And so they started putting them at an angle, and it started the swirling motion, and they realized that they had really cleaned up the plumbing. And
does it swirl in another direction in other parts of the world?
I've heard it does it in Australia.
Yeah, there's other ways.
That's about going down the drain. If you just put water in a lavatory and then pop the thing, it will do this naturally by the rotation of the earth. And down
Down
under.
So it does go the other
goes
direction.
the other way. Yeah. But it's really hard to prove, but yes, it does. All right, Allison. Let's see. Aerators or P-traps?
I think we're going to have to go with P-trap.
All right.
good.
Do you know
Since
what
we're on the subject already.
All right. Do you know what a P-trap is?
Traps urine.
No. That's
right.
a good trap.
Well,
They
that's
call
what
it
you
a P.
think.
They call it a P-trap because it's in the shape of a P, and it's underneath every lavatory and every
Trick
kitchen
question.
sink.
Oh, I've seen it.
Yeah,
mean
you
under
have.
the sink?
Do you know why it's
the way
there?
it goes? I didn't think it looked like a
It
pea.
comes down, it comes back up, and then it goes
To
into the
keep
wall.
that sewage gas from coming back up.
That's it, Jack.
Oh, Jack, I'm so proud of you about knowing about the smell.
Thank you.
See, the first
It's about the smell.
first plumbing fixture that came into the home was the kitchen sink, because the well pump was just outside the house. So then they just built a shed over the well pump and made Mama's kitchen right there. They'd bring up the things and then lift up the pump head above the thing. What they found is that then Mama would just let the stuff go down the drain. Well, whether it's potato skins or whether it's carrot skins or whatever it is, started to build up down in the pipe, just like we need sewer cleaners now. And that starts to off gas. Well, the drafting motion made it come up in the kitchen. The kitchen smelled like hell. Oh. So, again, some genius plumber says, well, why don't we just put a little bend in this pipe and let water stay in there, and we won't get the sewer gas back. And that's how that came
Crazy.
All right, so...
Is that it?
Well,
there's one more.
One more. Don't worry,
There's
Carrie.
one more.
Okay, let's
before we
go.
get to our calls. We got one more, and that's called an aerator. Do you know what an aerator is?
I thought it was for the lawn. I thought that was aerating.
That's what I thought too.
Right?
Does
Yeah.
it
She's not wrong.
Okay.
water at the faucet?
The water. Do you know what an orifice is?
Orifice.
A hole?
Naughty.
This is great.
Naughty.
Man, I feel
Don't
like I'm
go
going back
there.
20 years. An orifice is the point of discharge of a water fixture. So the orifice of a garden hose is where the water comes out. An orifice for a kitchen sink or for a spray head is where the water comes out. What they found out was that when we would open up like a lavatory fixture, if we didn't add air to that discharge, the water came out much too forcefully and splashed all over. So again, some genius, and it was the plumber, it was not the engineer, it was the plumber that came up with this way of adding air into that to slow down the water and make it more useful for us. So they call them aerators because they introduce air into it. But you can look at every faucet, and if it comes out with no bubbles whatsoever, it's designed to do that, because in today's plumbing, we want the air to come out because we don't use as much water. If you have a 3-gallon discharge, by the time you add the aerator, you can reduce that to 2 gallons. So it's a water-saving fixture. There you go. Plumbing 101.
It's very good, Danny.
For my peeps.
Allison, did you like it?
I learned about a P-trap today.
It's all very interesting.
Aerators,
A P-trap.
toilets flushing.
The look on your face, Allison, like something to catch your own.
You're going to go home and look for your P-trap, aren't you?
Oh, I absolutely
it's at the
am.
lavatory. And do you know the only fixture that does not have a P-trap?
I don't know. Is it Barbie's dream house?
It's the toilet. The toilet has an S-trap, and because it refills from the tank, you would never lose the trap.
Barbie's is a B-trap.
And they're always pink. All right, we're coming up to the speed round, and we've got one caller up. We're going to take Brian when we come back, and we can take your call too. Last 15 minutes of the show, that we call it the Sullivan quarter hour. 317-239-9393, 239-9393. Then you put up with us for 3 hours and 45 minutes. And here we are at the Sunday Punch, and it is the speed round. And we've got calls up, and the speed round is brought to you by
Thompson Furniture and Mattress in Columbus.
Woo!
Great pricing on Lazy Boy, Indiana-made Smith Brothers furniture, mattresses made in Indiana, and maintenance-free outdoor furniture. Free delivery up to 75 miles.
75 miles?
Wow.
Wow.
Wow, 75 miles.
Where's the enthusiasm for our boys down in Bartholomew County?
I think he's dwindling a little bit.
Wow,
It's okay.
yeah.
It's been a long 4 hours.
And our thanks to Jack Phipps for coming in. He's
Yes,
not used to
thank you,
4 hours
Jack.
on air, so.
But I love every second of it.
Well, we love you too, brother. You're really good at this. All right, let's get to these calls and get them stacked up and see if we can get them done here in the next 5 minutes. Joining us now, Brian. Brian, you looks like you got a plumbing problem.
Yes, I want to change the shower head. It's been on there at least 20 years, and I've got hard water, and I just wondered, is it something easy to do?
It really is easy to do, but you're going to want to get a strap wrench, or you're going to want the gooseneck that comes out of the wall. It's the high gooseneck type, right? That comes out high?
Right.
All right, you're going to want to back that up, because as you remove the shower head, you don't want to twist that off and break that, because you will be at the highest level of pistivity when you do that, and then it becomes a really, really difficult job. So either get your hand or a backup wrench, wrap the gooseneck with tape over cloth so that it can get a grip, and then the shower heads just back right off. It's counterclockwise, and it's real easy to change them. But the risk is breaking the
because the water was so hard, or
you'll be fine.
It'll break loose.
Nah, you'll be fine, brother. You can do this.
Okay, thank you.
And if not, just blame it on Jack, okay?
I'll take the blame.
Thank you, Danny.
Thanks for calling, Brian.
Good luck, Brian.
All right, Jack, this one's got you written all over it. Hey, Jay, thanks for calling us.
Hey, Denny, how you doing? Good to talk to you.
Yes, sir.
I was curious, should I start fertilizing my trees now, or should I wait another month?
That's an interesting question. Have you ever fertilized your trees?
I do it almost every year, but I didn't know whether I was doing it too early or late. I was just looking for expert advice.
Well, that's Jack. So, Jack?
Well, I'd say now we're very close to that time. Yeah. As soon as those leaves start to change, they're taking everything from the leaves back down to the ground, and that would be the time they're taking everything that you're putting down into the roots too.
Okay.
So
wait for the leaves then. Just let the tree tell me when to do it.
I would even say like in a week or so you could.
Yeah, the leaves are already dying. What happens is the tree cuts off the supply to the leaf. The tree just says all of a sudden all the energy is going down instead of up. And what happens is the tree self-sacrifices those leaves, And when they start to color in any way is probably a good time to do it. Jack, how far out do you go with the fertilizer? Just the drip line?
As far as the drip line.
Just as far as the drip line. Well, there you go, Jay.
All right, I just use a spud bar and create holes and pour the fertilizer down in there, about a cup per inch around the bottom.
Even better.
Look at you. What do you do for a living, Jay?
I'm that retired pilot from Pittsburgh.
Oh, I know who this is. Yeah, you got the loveliest wife in the whole world. Good to hear from you, buddy. Yeah, you can fertilize
I
just
got
about.
her out here in the shorts painting the fence today.
It's that woman works hard for you. Are you still? This is an old buddy of mine. His brother runs the best septic tank cleaning system in the whole world. He invented a I don't know, what do you call that thing where you put all the poop in the tank and he dries it out?
Let's call that a dewatering machine.
A dewatering
Every town
machine.
in Indiana needs one.
You know, for your knucklehead brother to have invented that, that's really. Is he still selling those things?
He's still doing those, yes, sir, Denny.
Yeah, but he sold AA or AAA septic.
He sold that part, yeah, but he still does the dewatering.
Your father was a chemist at Eli Lilly. And he started drain clean.
Right.
That's right. And started pumping septic tanks. How did you end up in the air? You're a pilot. How did you end up being a pilot?
It's what I always wanted to do, Denny.
And?
You always wanted to be on air, and you do a great job of that.
I always wanted to be on air with Terry Stacy. Now I got it, and I don't know what to do with it. Hey, are you still flying, or you were pilot with UPS? Did you retire?
I have retired, and I haven't flown this year, but I've kept my instruments or all my ratings, so someday I'll do it again and get current again.
Good for you. Well, hey to Paul and the boys, and thanks for calling the show, man, okay?
Take care, Denny. Thanks a lot.
You bet. Terry Lynn. Oh, you're eating.
She's eating a muffin.
It was my dream to always be on radio with you. When I heard you
said,
and then I said, now I'm on radio with you, and I don't know what to do.
And I said, what kind of crap is that? What are you talking?
He was telling me I always wanted to be on radio. You know, I really did.
Thank you, Denny.
The first time I heard you in
Is
pitch,
it everything you hoped for?
Yeah, you're the real deal. A lot of people don't understand that you're the smartest woman in the world.
It's true.
No, it's the truth. All these guys that think that they're the producer and they know what they're doing. I knew from the get-go that you were the one that was really holding Pidge together. And you're
I
the
don't
real
know
deal.
about that.
No?
I call her the Dolly Parton effect.
Exactly.
I love that.
No idea.
Yeah, you're
how
not just
smart
a cute
she
little
is.
blonde. You
Well,
got a
listen.
brain there, too.
But she's also funny and
Thank
warm.
you. This is so sweet. What are you all trying to tell me something now?
Yeah, this is your
there
last
bad
show.
news coming?
It's beautiful.
Well, we had heard you were
the way-
dying.
We're gonna need your key card.
We're going to get your key card. It's exactly how they do it, too.
So we brought you in here today.
You know,
Yeah.
We've loved
Don't you
all
hate it
your
when you
hard
get that
work.
call from somebody up above?
yeah.
Hey, I need to talk to you. Okay, about what? You know, because you know they're going to pull your
Man.
card.
Oh, we were
and,
just talking about that.
Terry Lynn, you
We
really are
sure
the real
were
deal.
talking about that.
Think how many people you have trained, Terry.
Oh, I haven't trained a soul.
You've trained
I really
just
have
by
not trained
example. No, you have.
You lead by example.
Oh,
every
she does
day.
lead by example.
Will you take a compliment?
I
You
said thank you.
okay? Well, that wasn't very heartfelt. Oh my gosh!
She's dwindling too.
I said thank you.
Yeah, every married man knows what that means.
That's like a 5-year-old at a birthday party. I said thank you.
Mom.
I said I didn't want anything to eat.
Oh, good Lord.
Oh, my God.
All right. If you ever have a
Thank you.
cat that you want to get rid of, call Terry. She will take every feral cat within a
Yeah,
4-state
really.
radius.
Oh, man.
Well, that's it. Sully,
it?
I think Sully's going to fly back in a couple days, and we'll have
Yep.
him back in Indiana.
And then we'll all be back together for Atlanta Earth Fest next Saturday. So
That's
if you're
right.
in that area, please come and say hi.
Won't that be fun?
It'll be a fun show.
Is
Yeah.
that Hamilton County?
It's a very north portion of Hamilton County. If you went
Still
past
Hamilton.
that, if you went, you would be into the next county,
Which is?
Madison,
Thank you.
I think. Oh, I got away with that one, didn't I? All right, it's the
Thank
Home
you,
and Garden
Denny.
Show.
Great
We've been
stuff
brought to you
today.
by the
Thank you, Jenny.
Thanks,
Great job.
Denny.
Thank you, Jack.
brought to you
Thank
by the
you.
Michaelis Corporation. We're very grateful for you,
Thank
but
you, Ethan.
stay tuned for Abdul
Thank you,
right here on
Allison.
93 WIBC.
Thank you.
Wait.